Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Please be advised, tonight's stream may feature technical difficulties due to the streamer committing the cardinal sin of using his computer exactly the way it's meant to be used. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing? Welcome! Welcome. I should probably try not to be too loud here into the microphone right now. So, before the stream, here's the thing. Yesterday, I had to do a Windows update, and I didn't realize this until I went to go live and open up OBS, but suddenly it was barely detecting any audio from the game. Like, hardly anything. And it sounded like my microphone was incredibly loud compared to what it normally is. So everything is all screwed up right now. So I could really use some help from you guys. I really need a hand right now. I need you to tell me, A, is my microphone like peaking? And B, can you hear the game at the normal levels behind it? Because I can't really tell. So my apologies if I am way too loud and if the game is way too quiet. I look forward to hearing you guys, because I was scrambling to try and fix the settings, and I think I have the comparable to what it used to be. So let me read some chat. Xamaria says, "Lurk, random transformers check, laser wave." Oh, laser wave is the Japanese name for shockwave. He's like a big purple one-eyed Decepticon. He got left behind on Cybertron. He's basically house sitting while Megatron's been gone for like 3 million years. Also, would you rather drink sour milk or brush your teeth with soap? Brush my teeth with soap. Sour milk, I feel like I would throw up. And I assume this is not like an everyday thing. Like I will grin and bear it and brush my teeth with soap once rather than drink sour milk once. But thank you for lyric extemporaneous. Oh, it says, "Hey, Langa!" And then whole command said, "Playing Omori with Nora. We'll be here soon." I am amazed, like, she is still playing Omori. I thought she had finished that game. Are you guys finishing tonight? But see you soon. Quiggin says, "Howdy," said Logan. Do you know how long I was waiting? I know. I'm sorry. Like I said, all the audio settings were screwed up, and it was like right before I was going live. Of course, that's when I noticed. Frolzy over on YouTube saying, "I'm watching on a 3DS. The quality is terrible." You know what? I wish that there was a way that you could like feature like a bottom screen for the 3DS. I could have like the top half of my body here and like the bottom half down there, and you could like close it and be like I'm doing sit-ups. But thank you, Frulzy, for watching on 3DS. Speaking of Nintendo, I mentioned over on Discord that I did bite the bullet the other day, and I finally downloaded a digital copy of Tomodachi Life. So I got it. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Trying to figure out the face paint. But how is everybody here? Quiggin says, "I ended up rating a fellow Pat enjoyer, lol." I am sorry. Thank you for waiting as long as you could, Queen Katie. I totally understand, but thank you so much. The thought is what counts. Thank you. Neon Fish says, "Howdy, howdy," and a big emote. How you doing, Neon? Magpie says, "Caw." Magpie flying in while I work on a board game design project. Is this like a professional one that you're under NDA, or can you like give us more details? How you doing, Magpie? Then Magpie says the same thing and says, "Oh, whoops, I didn't realize I'd sent twice. It had said that it send twice." Quita says, "We're good on the mic so far, and I can hear the game. Take that from your deaf chatter." Well, thank you. If anybody else is able to let me know, because when I was testing it, yeah, the microphone was way too hot and the audio was way too quiet, which is like, I mean, I guess better than the game being too loud and me being too quiet, but still, it was not great. Neon says, "I can hear the game just fine." Okay, good. So hopefully the settings that I changed fixed it. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for your patience starting like, what was it, 25 minutes late, something like that. Not a good. I mean, oh, for the VOD watchers, I mean, oh gosh, oh wow, holy crap! In order to crank up the volume, that was insanely loud. Oh my gosh! I need to fix that. I feel like I just about started bleeding through my eardrums. Let me see if I can... Crap, I don't even know how I would go about doing that right now. Give me just a second, y'all. Let me see how... I got so many different sound alerts, too. Just a moment, please. Let's see if I go in here on this, and then if I take this down, I'm just gonna crank it way down. And again, just give me a moment, please. Let's try and crank this way down. I don't know how much, I'm just eyeballing this. And one more that I gotta do right here for this. And yeah, we'll adjust these as we need to, as we go. Holy crap, that was loud. Wow. All right. Well, we're here. Let's play the game. Everybody. It's so stupid because it was like a Windows update. Like, why does the operating system screw up all of my settings? Like, I didn't touch OBS. Okay, let's load up the game now. My ears still kind of hurt from that. But thank you, Toilet Duck, for the remember to save. Oh, that's right! Well, at least we were in a delightful part of the game. We were in the middle of doing our dance of seduction deduction. And we got a little bit into it, but the stream was going long last time. So let me read a couple of comments, then we will just play the game. Let's see. Magpie says, I think the game is a little quiet, but otherwise good. Yeah, let me see if I can crank it up just a little tiny bit more. Because I don't know if this is actually cranking it up, but I'm gonna do what I was doing that looked like it was cranking it up. And let me try. I don't know if that actually increased anything or if it's noticeable, but let's play some game, shall we? Thank you all for being here. Everything, all the footage tonight may be completely unusable for stuff later, but we can hopefully have some fun. All right, so last time we were doing our little deduction seduction. I don't know why I keep wanting to do seduction for deduction. I think it's just because this is that Herlock Sholmes is just her. But yeah, so the whole thing was we were trying to figure out what Nicola Pavlova's pet was, and Herlock assumed it was this snake. I still think the snake belongs to Biff Stroganoff, and that's why he's totally cool with it wrapped around his head like this. We did find behind the teapot was a photograph of Pavlova with a pet cat, whom Herlock has claimed is a Russian blue, which I don't know if you've ever seen. It's like a gray, very soft, generally hypoallergenic type of a cat. My cat's mom was a Russian blue. And very, very sweet, very soft, very fluffy. But I'm thinking it's actually gonna be colored because we need to find something that has speckles, because it was a black and white photograph. But anyway, let's see. Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. Oh yeah, he's saying that's why the snake is wrapped around his head. And just fine, because he thinks that the snake like broke Kazuma's neck. Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know? I don't know. Could be. The jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact... Oh, because that was from the autopsy report, yeah? How was I going to claim that the cat did that? We can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no, could there be? Oh, no, I don't want evidence at the scene of my crime. Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. There's a question mark, okay. Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone.
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though.
Presumably, Darka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow. Darka is the name of the cat. But the other thing is the autopsy report said he died instantly, so he shouldn't have been able to scribble out garderob.
Sholmes straight Torah farming, I love him. That snap was so clean.
Oh, he's so good. He's so good. Wendy, were you here? Like, did you stay long enough last time to see him do his weird, like, however he does it, like his spinny around pose? But thank you for the 10 bits. How is the TTS volume? Is that one at least still good, y'all? I hope that's still all right. Oh, the audio problems we're having, Wendy. Oh boy, my ears nearly exploded earlier. But thank you for the 10 bits. Oh, and Frozy says watching on 3DS is actually impossible. Back on phone now. Oh, I'm sorry, but I mean it's probably gonna be a more clear image on your phone. Better than like watching on like the little screen on your smart fridge or something like that. But thank you, Frozy, for being here, for enduring the pain.
I suppose it's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly.
I still think it's gonna be probably the statue. Well, no, except there was a murderer. Someone did, but we're running out of suspects. Unless it was an accident, yeah, because somebody had to okay. Either it was a murderer or it was an accident and somebody else tried to mess with the crime scene to do a framing. So it might have been an accidental death, but there was still crime scene shenanigans.
It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident.
Yes. A bad fall could explain it.
It's rather hard to believe of Kazuma-sama, though. He wasn't a clumsy man.
Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? Oh, okay, crap, I gotta present evidence. I don't think I'm ready to do this. I'm gonna lose hit points. Let me save. I'm gonna stagger my saves. I'm gonna find something that at the scene of the crime that's gonna explain how he could have hit his head. What could have been the murder weapon, I guess? University collar pin, paper seal, crime scene photograph, the Russian word for wardrobe in purple ink. It would appear to have been written in the victim's final moments. An article in the newspaper, revolutionary violent Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Article on the back page, headline reads, renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Kazuma's diary, according to his last entry made before his death, he espied what appeared to be a speckled band. Yeah, he said he heard a whisper, speckled band. No traces of external injury or poison. So nothing hit his head, but would the, I don't know, piece of small glass object and what looks like a scuff mark made by Kazuma's shoes were found by the victim's body. That doesn't seem to suggest what hit him. The bell, we are running on the assumption that this is from the cat's necklace, yeah? Not necklace, excuse me, collar. Ship's log, a record kept of the area, no entries, 2 a.m. until early this morning. Photograph of Ms. Pavlova and her friend, a kitten named Darka. The tiara she would wear on stage can also be seen. Okay, so this is all that we've got. So it's not the photo of the cat. This just says there were no entries, so it's gotta either be the mark on the floor. It's either that the post-mortem report shows no external injury, or it's gonna be this that shows something happened. I'm gonna guess this, but we did save. We can scum our saves. We can come back and try the autopsy report if I'm wrong. So, I can press Q to review the scene. Just to look at it. Okay. An examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. Okay. So yeah, let's try the scuff mark on the floor. Yes! Mark on floor. Hey, we got it! Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish. Oh, that's right, and Herlock was so adamant that it was shoe polish. Oh, and we finally get to see his shoes, so there is brown, chaps on top of the shoes? The shoe polish, why? I am not Polish, I am Russian. Why you want to show me? I just got here. Oh, nobody likes the Russian ballerina. Indeed, positively identified by little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results. The undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. I told you I'm Russian. I don't want to leave. I'm gonna read some more in the chat already because I need to. I need to double check and make sure that everything still sounds good from y'all. Let's see, Oak says, it sounds good for me right now, but I'm also listening while also listening to Nora playing Omori. Well, when you get done and get back here, let me know if it still needs to be adjusted more. Neon said, but it could be a little louder. If not, that'll still work though. Well, I want to test something. I want to try something because I actually don't know if the thing that I was doing is increasing the volume to you guys at all. I'm gonna try and boost the volume way in the heck up. And I need you to tell me if it suddenly gets really loud, okay? For you. Let's try this. Oh, no, okay, it doesn't go that high, apparently. Is that loud? Okay, is that louder than this? Louder? Quieter. Louder? Right there? Quieter. Like, is that moving it up and down? Because it sounds the same to me. So please, let me know. Sorry that I'm having to use you guys as guinea pigs. Is it bye-bye?
Yes, it's moving it up and down.
Okay, good. Okay, because it looked like it, but again, I can't hear it because it's like not... Okay, thank you. Thank you. So so that will adjust it. So I think that was about the maximum that I could crank it up to. I pulled it back down just a little bit. Let me know if it still needs to go higher, though, at some point. Oh, and I see little hearts and party poppers over on YouTube. Thank you. Oh, because look, we got Toshi has joined us with Frozy. Thank you guys for everyone over on YouTube for the little emotes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Frozy says it's like 2 bits low res, terrible sound quality, and it stutters multiple times per second. Toshi says, hi, Frozy. How you doing, Logan? I'm doing a bit stressed from technical issues, but other than that, I'm doing okay. How are you doing, Toshi? Frozy says, yeah, it's louder by quite a bit. And Toshi says, voicing Sholmes is probably making you lose brain cells. I love this guy, though. He's a great character. And let's see, back over on Twitch. Oak says, Nora finished Omori. We are doing the other route. Oh, the Hikikomori route. Oak says, 95 stream streak. And Queen Gator said, BRB, I must pee. It's been quite a stream for me. That rhymed a bunch. Eggland says, hello. I had casino night last night and I'm exhausted. Played bingo for like 3 hours straight and won like twice. Nice. I always feel bad with bingo because it's one of those games that really doesn't have any skill. It is purely luck. I mean, you keep active by like stamping little squares. But I'm glad. I hope you had fun. Was that at like an actual casino, Eggland? Okay, let's play some more of the game now. And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi's laced leather shoes. See, look at how nice and happy we are. We're talking about our dead best friend, and we're smirking all smug because that's the power of our friendship with Herlock. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at that point on the floor and tripped. So did he trip over the cat? Is that why the cat's collar is broken there? Please, no, don't trip over my cat. I hope the cat's okay. I hope like Cosmo didn't step on the cat and kill her. And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. It's like that Chuck McGill scene where he hits his head on the table. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shut. Oh, I think she died. That's sad. Oh, let me know how this sounds. Actually, that looked like it was peeking out. Was that way too loud? I don't know if that was too loud or not. But yeah, we're just still seeing how things are. But thank you very much. Whoever did the Logan clip rule. Oh, it's Crystal! I should have known. That means one of our mods here. How you doing, Crystal? The victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, he lost his life. No, your life is what you don't want to lose. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Yeah, I'm going with the theory that it was some kind of an accident and she was in there to cover it up. Ayuba! Nora! Raiding with a party of 4! Welcome, Nora! Once again, let me know if the sound alerts sound like the volume is better than the one that blared out earlier. Nora, you've missed nothing but technical problems. Oak said that you were playing the Hikikomori route on Omori. I hope you like repeating stuff.
Thank God we got it away from burgers by hot sandwich. Okay, never mind.
Burgers?
How did they know?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that looks like it's peaking to me. Is that like way too loud? The shout outs. Anyway, hi Raiders! Just in case there's anybody new with Nora that we haven't met before, my name is Logan. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Right now, this is our main game we're playing, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. That was actually not that loud. That means I might have reduced the volume too much. But thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna reduce the shout out volume down a bit, just because that seemed loud to me. Let's see if this is gonna be better the next time one of these things happens. Okay, we're troubleshooting as we go. But yes, hi. Well, we're playing Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I read every comment in chat. I'm always behind. Just in case we got some new people lurking with the raid, here's our link tree, and I'll copy and paste this over to YouTube as well, because we're multi-streaming on both. This has all of our social media, including a Discord invite, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all that good stuff. Feel free to check it out or ignore it as you see fit. It is entirely up to you. And all right. Let's get back to the game, and then I'll read some more of the chat. But thank you, Nora, for the raid. How is Omori tonight? Is that really true, Miss Pavlova?
Oh.
What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asogi lost his life?
Yes, the facts.
Shums. Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now, your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. Okay, so somewhere else, probably gonna be like in the trash can behind it or something.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama's merely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it.
I think it happened at Nightwing in one of those Injustice comics. I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened.
But...
And if this part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction is right, Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here, in this cabin, somewhere in the direction she just cast her eyes.
Where, I wonder?
Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. Okay, can we rotate? Because there's the tiara. It's gonna be the trash can. Let's click everything first and just look around a bit. First, the traveling case. This is where Miss Pavlova hid her friend.
That's right, and it wasn't a snake after all.
No, it was that little kitten she calls Darka. Not that it's anywhere to be seen now. It seems to have let itself out of the case and gone exploring.
I expect it's wrapped itself around someone's head somewhere, trying to make a new friend.
That is cute. I remember when my cat was little, she used to do a thing where if I was laying down in my bed on my back, she'd like curl around my neck. Hard to breathe, but adorable. So if I died, that would have been a really cute way to die. Either that, or it's scratching their hand to pieces. The point is, where has it got to? Okay, look at tiara. Is the cat in the tiara? Ah, somebody appears to have dropped 20,000 rubles here. Don't mind if I do.
It hasn't been dropped, Naruhodo-san. It's been placed.
I'm starting to sound like Mr. Sholmes.
Stop trying to sound like the great detective.
Okay, it could mean the drawers or anything here. Pile of books. So it's gotta be the trash can? Can we look in? Oh, I see the top of something.
This is a waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first-class cabins have them.
But Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably, there's not much rubbish in there yet. Oh, it's the other half of the bell. Oh, what that?
It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. I mean, it's a bit obvious, but we're just still being taught this mechanic. Let me read a couple comments in the chat, since I'm probably already getting behind here. Let's see. Vex says, hey, whoa, finally beat Hollow Knight. and am now silking the song. Thank you for being here, Vex. How was it? I still need to get some more free time to keep playing Hollow Knight. I want to do another Hollow Knight stream soon. I just gotta like identify where bosses will approximately be. Oh, pin message from Queen Katie pinned by Crystal said after the dance of deduction, Logan will have 9 things left to do for case 2. Maybe starting case 3 today, maybe. I guess it depends on how on task and diligent I am. Probably not gonna be. I'm probably gonna waste a lot of time, but we shall see. Thank you for the heads up. AMC with a hydrate command. Thank you very much, AMC. I will do that right now. Neon says, I'm doing well. I've been busy with yet another game dev project. I'll drop a sample in the vid channel in the Discord. Looking forward to seeing the stream today. I'm looking forward to everybody being here, including you, Neon. And hope your game dev project is going well. Magpie says, I can talk about it. The board game is a friend's project and I'm co-designing it, so I'm working on the art finally. Imagine playing through the first Alien movie, but in a board game. It's like that. Ooh. That sounds fun. AMC with some emotes. Oak says, holy F. Neon says, that was loud. Eglin said, okay, so you did not fix it. Oak says, sound alerts are deafening. AMC says, Magpie says, that alert was so loud I almost choked on my soda. Also, it's definitely peaking something. Vex says, bass boosted. Magpie says, is there an opposite of bass boosted? Treble terror. Eglin says, let's all agree to not do sound alerts this stream. AMC says, good thing it was a soundbite and not the others. Magpie says, but now I kind of want to know what the Tomcat alert sounds like. Unfortunately, I value Myers. Well, it was tested earlier, and it if anything, they're a little bit quiet now. So yeah, I think things are good. Let me take a look over at YouTube chat. I gotta scroll up just a little bit. Frozy says, I feel like Logan has the same face as Sholmes. They look so alike when viewed from the front. I'm gonna have to compare it the next time he's on screen. Frozy says, or maybe it's the hat. Toshi says, well, he's a handsome guy. Well, then I can't look like Herlock if he's handsome. Frozy says, the clips are a bit loud. Louder than the Tomcat, I think. And Toshi said the case could have been solved like 2 minutes of Dark on the stand. I know, why not? Why not? We put a whale on the stand. We could put a cat on the stand. I guess that's the future, though. But thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Frozy, for letting me know about the clips. Hopefully they'll be better now.
If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you.
Okay, so we gotta present the waste paper basket. Yes! Yes! Waste paper basket! That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in the waste paper basket. Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object. It would seem one that has a familiar air, in fact. I guess I can see a little bit of similarity in his nose. I think mine's like a little bit like more angular. But he's better looking than me. He's like an anime dude. Precisely. We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asogi's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly.
Oh no! Why did I leave half the bell behind?
So, Ms. Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin? She's also still missing like one of her earrings, right? You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not?
I don't.
I don't know. In that hushed Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question.
What?
Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo, because I have no idea what I'm talking about here. Yes! I'm gonna save again. Because the evidence is gonna be the photo of the cat, right? I'm pretty sure, but I'm gonna save just in case I'm dumb, as I sometimes am in these games. Because I think that the photo is where we saw the bell on the cat's collar, yeah? The evidence linking Miss Pavlova to the little glass bell, that would be ... Let's take a closer look at this just to be sure. Yep, there it is. All right. The cat is so adorable. All right, present. Yes! Yes! If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Darka's collar, The very glass bell in question.
No, it's not the same glass bell. This one is broken. One in photograph is still intact. Oh,
And he's just spinning around. She's having a horrible personal crisis, and he's just twirling around the room. The truth has caught up with you, Ms. Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble? The cat. The cat is probably doing the thing where the cat's crossing in front of your legs while you're walking. Your absent feline friend, Darka! We're talking in unison!
oh no.
Oh, hey guys, Beef here. It's been a while since I last checked in, which has nothing to do with the fact that Oak has no money. I'm just busy. Since we last spoke, I've started a charity helping women preg their boyfriends. My lovely son, Veal, has found a lover who he is doing every night. Pork Short. A sister sadly passed away, but Porky is actually very happy because she Loki sucked. Let us all celebrate the death of Soy Societa and get Mompreg together.
That's how you pronounce Mpreg, Mompreg. Get Mompreg together. Thank you, Oak, for the Beef Longa update. How is the volume on that? That seemed a little quiet to me. I might have to try and boost that up somehow. In fact, let me see if I could probably do that right now. I think that was probably this one. I'll try and boost that up a little bit. We're just going to be riding these volume levels for the next little while. Thank you very much. Although if I bring that up, I don't know. I might not bring that up because the beep at the beginning was kind of loud. That might make the beep louder. Maybe it just needs to be quieter. So anyway, thank you, Oak. Thank you. And yes, we'll mourn the death of, what was it? Soy Societa? We gotta get back in the game for a bit. As soon as we get some background music, I will read some more. Wait, hang on. I think I actually clicked too far. Oh, she's just dotting.
I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. So if I say I'm sorry, I get to kill someone, right?
Conclusion. Death by tripping over a cat. What a way to die! And he seems so cool with his like headband wafting in the air behind him. He just tripped on a cat. Deduction complete. Elementary. I'm glad we didn't try to finish this last time. That took like a half hour. Although a lot of that was troubleshooting audio though. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night.
It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands. People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments. She was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her.
And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it.
Oh, yes. And I had read the, rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darka with me.
Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really.
So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. I heard Wimpy Smallman honk shoe me-me-meing inside wardrobe, and other man going, oh no, I'm tripping over cat about to die. I hope someone doesn't make it look like I spelled Russian word on ground. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping. So at that point, you thought it safe to try to lure the kitten back again. By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and to the journey cap. Oh, that's right, it wasn't the cat that was speckled, it was the cat toy, I forgot. I'm dumb. Darka always loved this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy, I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return.
So the faint whistling sound Cosimo wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened.
Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... meow! Thud was what I heard. I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out and then, oh, it was such a dreadful bang. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent.
Cosimo was...
From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up.
So when it didn't trip on the cat, just tripped on the bell, and that's why the bell is smashed. Okay, so that's good. Okay, we got some background music. Let me read some more in the chat because I'm still so far behind. AMC says, Logan, sorry, it's okay, AMC. We needed to find out these things about the audio problems. Vex says, Windows freaking evil. Quita said, I dodged a bullet, apparently. Magpie says, I didn't know I could experience that ear pain without headphones. Eglin said, I would have clipped the sound alert, but then we'd have to experience again. So, when he says, hi, I'm lurking because I'm grinding in PJ Sakai right now, but I thank you for the background noise. I hope we're not distracting you from your full combos. Wendy, thank you for the lurk. Queen Katie said, I have ice cream. Bumbo says, hello. How you doing, Bumbo? Queen Katie says, again, glad I dodged whatever loud thing happened, lol, both as a deaf chatter, but also as somebody who was going to the bathroom when it happened. It was one of the sound alerts. I don't even remember which one it was. Oh yeah, it was the toilet duck one, which has never been like a loud, scary one. It was just crazy loud. Queen Gator said, I have guide, by the way. Wendy says, yes. Bumble says it went quieter than loud. Eglin said, yes. Neon says, louder. Oh, that's gonna be when I was testing it, so that's good. And Eglin said, it does change the volume for us. Let me take a look over to YouTube chat. Frozy says, how do you put a whale on the stand? It doesn't have legs. How's it supposed to stand? It was a video. It was basically via Zoom. Or I think it was FaceTime is more accurate. So, and the whale wasn't physically there, but the whale with teleconferencing in. And it was delightful. Toshi said, Beef Lunga looks like OG Sherlock. Wait, looks like OG Sherlock? Beef Lunga does? Or do you mean me? Sometimes I forget that I could be Beef Longa. I need to make a me on Tomodachi that's Beef Longa. Okay, let's get back into the game now. All right.
It seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. That left hand just won't go away. The SS Buria is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. If Mr. Asogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet, the combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. He died pathetically. But what became of the kitten afterwards? I ate it. Tried to dispose of the evidence. I ate my cat. Oh. It was yummy. In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator.
Yet Daka is nowhere to be seen. Oh, is the cat hiding under her coat right now?
I must have forgotten to lock my case. And now she's disappeared again.
The snake better not have eaten her. Gracious, that cat is as insufferably restless as I am. It's true, he does give cat energy. Well, he knows something about himself at least.
When I woke this morning, I heard that the young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened.
Wait, so she isn't the one who wrote the message on the ground? So who did that then? Because again, obviously Cosima didn't. The cause of death said he died instantaneously. Plus, I mean, we have no reason to believe he spoke Russian. But it'd have to be someone that knew we were in the wardrobe, right? Was that Biff Stroganoff? Was he trying to protect her?
I was so scared. Scared that they would send me back. I hate you so much.
Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake?
You're right. Where is it?
If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it? Where'd it come from? Oh, that was right. It's it. Oh, okay, smiling. He's smiling. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board this ship? Oh, you can hear that stretching noise. Oh, didn't I say? Oh, snake is mine friend. His name is Pirozko. Pirozko. That sounds Russian. Does Queen Katie have a name fact for Pirozko? Is that like the Russian word for snake? Pirozko. Huh? What?
That snake belongs to you.
He escaped from the cage when the emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him here. Yes, how did that snake get into this cabin?
But animals are not permitted on board.
Ha! We are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend? Without someone who understands? Without someone who knows how to make me feel like man? Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better?
But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake? Surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in.
I don't think it's not venomous. It's a constrictor, right? No venom. Huh? Piroska does not have venom. Oh, he is harmless, very long but very gentle. He is adorable. Like Granny. My Granny used to wrap her body around my head before as well. It's very gross. All of her body parts very saggy, so tie knots very easily.
It's venomless.
Yes, now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see a big smile. And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Like they say, milk chicken's ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Stupid stories like the Sherlock Holmes story. Wasn't that the whole thing you guys were saying? Is that in the Sherlock Holmes speckled band, that was the inaccuracy of training the snake with milk? Piroska eats mouses, big fat round mouses, mices, misen. So, is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for? Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. Oh, is he sad that the snake isn't venomous? Venomous? His eyes have disappeared. He's just like what was her name? Brett on the stand last chapter. There's no eyes.
It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up a bell cord. And it's not even venomous. I'm going to have all of those things changed when we write a story about this.
How the deuce did something so inept launched a story grow? I'm fine. I did not pull a Cosima when I fell. It's not my fault I do not make up stories like some Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Mine Piroska has nothing to do with this incident. So, that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. So, but again, the message on the floor, we haven't figured that out yet. He died instantly, so it couldn't have even been him just saying, hey, make sure to check the wardrobe, I got my buddy in there.
I'm here too. Miss Pavlova? I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. If I find out that you caused his death in any way, I will find you and I will cut you up. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. But what are you talking about, Ms. Mikotoba? What lies? Ms. Pavlova just confessed everything.
Again, the Russian on the ground. Okay, so she's calling this out. Good.
It was just a series of unfortunate events. An accident, a series of unfortunate events. I should write a book about that. I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Ms. Pavlova's story, I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Well, it's between two pieces of evidence, the writing on the ground and the autopsy report that says he died instantly, huh?
I confess. I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on the matter.
Oh!
I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction.
A distraction? We danced together!
Twice. I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable.
Are they back on me now that we're done? Yeah.
Ah, not again! When did he do that? Especially as they're on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call.
Okay, so the next chapter is going to be the trial? Is it going to be the same murder? And we're going to go to, because we haven't had a trial yet. It's a little bit weird that this chapter has not had one. You were, Mr. Sholmes?
Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. I fell in love. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not?
Yes. Cosimo was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even.
In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion.
Oh, I like this! That, like, he was done, but he's like, because he sees it so important to us, he's gonna help us. He's a good bro! I'm gonna read some more comments in the chat. Let's see. Queen says, oh boy, what a clip it's gonna play. Oh gosh, not this one. No, few. Crystal says, Lurk, I'm playing GTA San Andreas because nostalgia. That's very different than the Tomodachi Life everyone else has been playing. Queen said, I thought it was gonna be a worse Nanako clip. Beowulf says, hello, Lonely Man Beowulf! How are you doing? Oh, and wait, I just barely got to the Nora raid. Oak says, Nora raid, we will stab you. Nora said, Nora's raiding in. Hope her tears don't mess up your stream. Crystal does the Nora raid command as well. Nora says, wahoo! Quiggita says, oh, hello, Nora. When he says, Nora, Crystal does the shout out. Crystal says, bruh. Atlantic says, Nora raid, we will stab you. Quiggita said, ah, yes, Crystal, the best streamer. Eglin said, the clip didn't seem too loud, but I also wasn't paying attention fully. It was at least not any louder than your voice is now, so that's good. 3 says, hello, Logan and everyone. How you doing, 3? Quiggita said, may I have a shout out to test the audio? Do we want to do that again? Eglin said, clips are sound good, maybe a bit louder than usual, but not ear-bleedingly loud. Queen said, Nora, no, mute! Crystal with a little emote. Eglin said, okay, we may be in the clear with the audio. Queen with the timestamp, 22 minutes. 28 minutes behind. Let me take a look over at YouTube chat. Tochi says, it's the mustache. Yeah, I can't grow a beef longer mustache. Toshi said, or maybe Watson was the one with the mustache. Lol. Yeah, wait, crap. I think, yeah, the Wilson character in this, Watson, I believe he had a mustache this time. Yeah, huh? Quicken said, get a post here too. Lol. Oh, it's a name fact for the snake. Pirozko is likely a play on Pirozhok, a type of puff pastry originating in Russia and Ukraine. Oh, so he's like just, oh. Oh, now I can't hear the shout out clip at all.
I stand by that assessment.
Oh, wait, can you guys hear it? I think I may have accidentally set that so that,
Who does that? You discovered
that's not good if I can't hear it though.
disease will never have a cure. We'll call it incurable.
Yeah, I'm gonna change that one back. I need to be able to hear that. Huh, that was weird. Anyway, in Russia-Ukraine says, and yes, pretty much everybody here was named after a Russian food or something similar. So it's a little puff pastry. I dig it. And it reminds me of the little chubby snake charm that we had to get in 100 Line that one time. Okay, hang on, I need a sip of water. All right, let's play some more of the game, then I'll be back to the chat soon. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, whatever that may be. Oh. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. Oh, Kazuma, you and your headband. The truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. I'm gonna save again, because I think it's been a little while since we have. Gotta make sure to keep doing this, in case the game asks me something I'm not prepared for. Even in death, the guy's aura farming. All right, I'll see what I can do. Huh. Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh.
So then, shall we begin? Yes! Are we dancing again? Or what we should ponder first? Is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside? Well, we already know it's because the ship movement that slid the bolt open. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance.
But we've already established it, haven't we? The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. A tragic, yes, but still an accident.
Hold it! Hold it! Is that the first time I've said hold it instead of yes? Wait, let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it?
I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence is right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident.
Really?
Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident. The crime scene photograph, right? There, present.
Yes!
The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor.
That script, it's Russian, isn't it?
Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe.
I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language, Japanese in this case. But maybe he was studying Russian. Oh, I would study Russian if I was Japanese. I long to have my dying message written in language I studied. It last chance to show off my knowledge. It is simple language. He could have picked up very fast.
That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Because we're going to present the autopsy, show he died instantly.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said before. There is no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why, oh, okay, I don't even have to present it, is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Instant death! Which means, after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything! I'm gonna read some more in the chat. I'm just already missing you guys. I'm like a half hour behind. I just love that all you guys are here. Let's see, where did I leave off? Queen Gator says, captions, greatest dirty chronicles. It was a great attorney. Yes, these are the greatest of all dirty chronicles. Crystal says, near a century years old. What? Oh, the 95 stream streak? Crystal's laughing. Nora says, oh, Mori was good. Oak said, we are reliving Captain Spaceboy. Crystal says, oh, Mori is good. Oak says that I got to express my lust for the Life Jam guy again. Beowulf said, rest in peace, Kazuma. Magpie says, Nightwing didn't trip. Oh, yeah, I know. He technically got hit in the head by, it was, wasn't it like a stick that Damien threw? And then he fell down and like hit his head on a rock. Said, the answer is somehow dumber. Knocked down and broke his neck on a rock because Damien threw it. I still don't know how to say that word. Eskrima, stick at him. Wendy said, okay, entering lurk mode to grind. Lurk, thank you for the lurk, Wendy. Good luck on Project Sakai. Wiggy says, after the dance of deduction, oh, that was pinned earlier. Oak says, Logan, how has Tomodachi Life been treating you? Do you plan to marry Gallica? I don't know. I tried working on making a third character. My main priority right now is figuring out how to do face paint effectively. I had to take my Switch out of its docking station to try to use the touchscreen. It's the first time in 9 years that I pulled that Switch out of its dock. I got it 9 years ago, and this is the first time I pulled it out. Is crazy. Vex says, Hollow Knight is phenomenal, if also profoundly difficult at times. Silksong has been even harder, and it is a lot. Queen Katie with the Hydrate command, thank you very much. Queen Katie, I will hydrate right now. Then we'll get back to the game in just a second. Read one more comment. Eglin says, love how every time any romance happens with fictional characters in Tomodachi Life, I'm just like, all right, we let it ride. That's what I want to do. I kind of want to just populate the island with all sorts of characters and just see who naturally pairs up. Because why not? But I keep getting blindsided by questions like something Gallic at one point is like, what activity would you compete at? It's like, I don't know. I wasn't ready for this quiz. Which means after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead.
The dead man was already dead? Oh no.
That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asogi's cabin.
There was?
A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there if what Ms. Pavlova told us was true.
Okay, look at our court record. A remnant of something? Paper seal. A crime scene photograph, the articles in the newspaper, the diary. I mean, the bell? Oh, are we saying the idea that the bell broke and was left behind there rather than her throwing it away? Ship's log. What is she talking about? It's gotta either be the bell or the paper seal? What? In fact, I'm gonna save again because I am not quite sure which one of those things it's gonna be. I'm gonna guess the bell, even though we already presented the smear mark. I guess you could say that maybe half of it broke off and then the other half stayed stuck to the collar until the cat climbed back through the ventilator. I'm not sure. What? So, Susato-san has noticed it too then. Putting this message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth. Oh, so in this picture. Did he have like a bruise on his hand or something? Another piece of evidence that proves this was no, okay, so it's not from that, so it's from the court record. That proves this was no accident. In other words, ... my pin. Paper seal, Cosmo would stick this over the doors of the wardrobe for me. It says, keep out in Japanese, though I'm not sure the Russian crew actually read it. Russian word for wardrobe in purple ink. It would appear to have been written in the victim's final moments. An article on the front page of the Russian newspaper. The headline reads, blah, 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 article, back page. Diary Cosmo was keeping of his trip to London. According to the last entry he made before his death, spied a speckled band. Okay, so it's not that. That makes sense that that was in there. A report from that. Okay, let's see if there's anything else in the post-mortem report. Sometime between 1 a.m. 2 a.m. Damage to the vertebrae, instant death. The victim's neck was almost certainly broken as a result of strong blow to the head. No obvious injuries or traces of poison. Oh, blow to the head! The blow to the head. So it's not no one except the blow to the head we're assuming was hitting the ground. Although it says no obvious external injuries, hitting the ground would have been, I'm second guessing myself. The mark on the floor, it's gonna be the bell? Okay, I guess we just gotta try things. So it could either be this, or it could be the seals. One of those three things. Let's just try it. I don't know. Let's try the mark on the floor. I did save. Let me save again. Make absolutely sure that I saved. Save my poggers. Save my poggers.
Yes!
Yes? This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. Okay, so this sounds unique, so did I get it right?
But that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We already know about that. It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic?
Unfortunately, there's a very big flaw. A fatal flaw!
What?
If that's really what happened, then how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin?
Yes. Remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that waste paper basket. Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova?
No, I don't want to. Oh, no!
Both of these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asogi died last night in his cabin... So how did she miss the other half of the bell then? Apparently if she was like swiping, I don't know, she's bad at things. There was someone else in the room! And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth. In order to cover up his or her own guilt!
Yes. There was someone else present in Mr. Asogi's -- Why you interrupt me? I'm trying to agree with you.
Hold it! It's gotta be Biff Stroganoff.
You're wasting time! Someone else was there, duh, of course, we know this!
Well, he's acting suspicious. Was it him who did this? Maybe he was trying to... Maybe he went in to see her, because he helped bring her on board, right? Maybe she was crying about the cat, and he's like, I will go get cat. Oh no, man is dead, don't worry, I will cover this up for you. What are you talking about? I was gonna say I was in the wardrobe, yeah.
Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out.
Oh, yes.
The only other person in cabin when young student died was you.
Yes.
It's true. I was in the cabin when it happened. You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian! There's no way I could have left that message. Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details. Not being a native English speaker is not going to stop me from being a grammar Nazi. Not that Nazis exist yet back in nowadays. Would you mind? Forgive me, my dear fellow. Yes, I'm sorry. As I was saying, the person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor. And in an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. And then, the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor, for fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Asogi really died.
But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Okay, thank you, Hosanaga. But before we answer that question, I'm going to read some more in the chat, because I've been away from chat for too long. Crystal says, I need to see my favorite character in this game. He's still not here. Oh, you talking about GTA San Andreas, or are you talking about this game? Beowulf says, same, though she's not going to be here for a bit in my case. Okay, this game then. Magpie says, I like the mental imagery of Ryunosuke looking at the evidence like, oh, hold on, he's making sure the cat's still cute. Yes? Okay, excellent. There was Oak with the beef long at TTS. Neon says, holy smokes. Eglin said the ding before the TTS is loud, but beef is very quiet. Crap, I got it. Why would updating Windows change this stuff? It shouldn't change it. Oak said beef sounded so normal that time. Nora said, Oak, check DMs pretty please. Oak says, meow. Beowulf says, add quote, honkshoe meing. Oak says, genius idea, I must make beef. Oh, we got an automated message from Eglin. I will read this. Says, love that means just mix in the lingo you create into the regular speech. Woodrow and his spouse are on a date in the park, and I just quietly hear, you stupid F, within the conversation. Oh, so not even like written text, but just like from the little yammering? Because like I saw a couple of my me's having a conversation and it was all gibberish. Oh, I love that. Queen Gita says, oh, that was written early. Piroska's play on Pirozhok, a type of puff pastry originating in Russia and Ukraine. Said Logan knows me well. Again, so glad I caught the foreshadowing on the mouse traps. Queen Gita said there's also also the snake's name fact was the last one for case 2. So I can now move on to case 3. His name fact soon. Neon says, let Herlock say the F word. Although the F word in this game is fop doodle. Oak says, let Herlock say Sherlock. Lurk making beef in Tomodachi Live. Like beef longa or just like the substance for eating? Or are you gonna make a little beef longa and eat the little beef longa? Let me take a look over YouTube chat. Fruzy says 9? That's like older than some babies in this world. You know, I got the Switch within the first year after it came out, and it came out a little over 9 years ago. So it's gotta be around 9 years. Because I don't play it handheld. I just wanted a Nintendo console for my TV. I docked it, I left it in, and so now I had to pull out a stylus and I tried drawing with mixed results. But yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. You could say any age, and there are some babies in this world younger than that age. Babies just being pooped out all the time. It's just the nature of global baby poop-age. See, it's a pun because poop age and poopage. But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions. Yes, well, it was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. The single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would barely have cast any light on the floor there. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item.
You all suspect me, don't you?
Which is a shame, because like if she had not written the message and not taken the bell, I think they would just, he tripped on something. Oh well.
You all suspect me, don't you?
Hi, goodbye. Was that Biff? Oh, the snake is gone. Oh, he's protecting her. Yeah, it was him who did it. It wasn't her, it was him. He's trying to protect her.
Seaman Stroganoff!
Oh. Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. Oh, is he secretly her father? I wonder, maybe. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills, and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on this ship, a member of ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal, Vizcay! Ah, so that's it. You say that when young student died, Nina was there in his cabin? But that is not possible. I give mine tooth. It's not the Russian saying, I'm assuming. I give you all my teeth. Like, which one? Pick one. You want bicuspid? I'll give you bicuspid. It's a cuspid that goes both ways. Well, this is almost interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure? Huff, you are a great detective. You should know. Look truth in eyes! Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from inside! Nobody could go into cabin, not Nina, maybe a ghost. Hang on, are any of you ghosts? No? Then not anyone. Or do you want to tell me that killer can walk through locked doors? Yet! It's impossible! Oh, he's right. Why are we acting so dumb? We saw the door unbolt from the ship moving around earlier.
But wait, I've read about this in detective stories. People often tie thread around door latches so they can open and close them from the outside.
We already established this is not possible. Thread! Adios, stupid!
Yeah, but that's unrelated to this.
These bulkheads are not barn doors! Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel with not a gap in sight. No threads or needles or magnets could have been used.
No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so he's the dumb one. Not me, I'm throwing him under the bus.
Susato-san, how could you shift it onto me like that?
So, Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door could not have been bolted shut from the outside.
Not necessarily. What? I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. Oh, he's gonna set off the alarm. He's gonna go in the little speaker thing and go, woo, woo, it's an iceberg! Turn!
Oh!
And in this very cabin. Thank you, Toilet Duck! I will save. I'm guessing that means that maybe it's gonna present. How is that volume? That was not nearly as ear-piercingly loud as before, right? Hopefully that was better. That means, and I should celebrate that by reading some more chat. Let's see. Quingita said, oh, is it because of Wilson? He doesn't want us to lose the truth of our best friend's death. I also think that I mentioned this last time, I believe. I didn't like the fact that Wilson, Watson, whatever, died, but I think it was just to give an excuse for why that we'd be hanging out with him instead of Watson, you know? Crystal adds a quote. Crystal says, I have no Switch, so might as well play something I played when I was a kid. Laughing. Aww. Crystal says, testing. The volume is too low. We can hear it, but it's low. Eglin said it extremely low. Tomaso says, hey, Logan! How you doing, Tomaso? Welcome! We've been dealing with the technical difficulties, but other than that, the game is going well. Queen said at 9 years and your Switch screen and battery life is good. Man, I wish I had that. Like, well, of course the screen is it's in the dock. I haven't taken it out. Screen's barely touched. It was a little bit dusty. But yeah, battery probably isn't very good because it's been just like at full for all these years. Magpie says, the answer is dumb. I'm ready in case of potato. And Quigita says, timestamp 1 hour and 44 minutes. So I'm still roughly a half hour behind. Quigita says, same lol. Weedle says, hello there, puppy kicker stink, not eating enough Fun Dip man, and a stinky puppy kicker who kicks puppies for not eating Fun Dip like a evil man. Also, hello there. How you doing, Weedle? Oh, crap. The end is in chat. There's like 2 more comments and I'm all caught up. I better turn slow mode off. Turn slow mode off on Twitch. I didn't realize I'd be so close to catching up so soon. Wow. Let me take a look over YouTube chat. Dermo says, morning. How you doing, Dermo? I'm so glad that your internet is back up and running properly. How are you? And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. I don't believe it. It's the bookshelf, yeah? Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? A way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside. But the thing is, do we click the bookshelf? Or do we click the horn over here? Let's save in case the game is gonna be weird about what I click. I gotta pay attention to however it's gonna word this question. Either if he says, what's the evidence of this, then we click the bookshelf. If he's asking how we do this, we gotta click the speaker, yeah? One way does spring to mind, yes.
Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes. And so should you! Because we've seen it happen! Why are you being dumb, Susato? Indeed we have. So would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across from the outside. And it's gonna be the It's gonna be the bookshelf. Yeah, there we go. Bookshelf. Present! Yes! Yes! Look at the bookcase there. Now that you're looking at it, it's no longer a bookcase. It's a look case. See how all the books and the things have toppled over?
That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before. Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. And any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over. I believe, yes, it's what's known as the force of inertia, acting on the objects. Newtonian physics.
Is there nothing Susato-san doesn't know? Or that isn't in their book at least? Well, she hadn't put two and two together about this and the bolt thing. Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in the cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door. Ah! It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We had come into the cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... was that Hosonaga?
Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance.
Oh, that sounds like...
Inspector Hosonaga.
And so he verifies that it was locked. He was a witness to that.
Oh yeah! That's it! When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door!
Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of ineptia? Ineptia, if you want to call it that. I don't know if it's ineptia. You're inept.
Did you say urine? Are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Asogi was killed?
But you have to wonder, was this on purpose? Is this like, or was it just on accident? Like, did Biff Stroganoff go like, oh, we gotta seal this, and so he stopped the ship?
Yuck. The SS Buria made another emergency stop?
When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Then I messed with the crime scene and put things back up. And I stood them all up again, didn't I?
Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything, I mean, it's just a statue is the only non-book thing, but I'm just gonna keep the everything, had toppled over, just like in Mr. Asogi's cabin.
Oh my!
Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? Even though I'm almost caught up, I wanna read some more of the chat, because I missed chat. I missed chat already. Magpie says, quote, why would updating Windows change this stuff? Because Windows is hot garbage sent from my Windows PC. It's so dumb. Like, it shouldn't change any of these things. But it does. But I had to do an update the other day because of like a driver that I had that wasn't gonna be compatible with Weedle says, also, I need to bake a cake. So tell Logan he is a puppy kicker or something, mods. What kind of cake? Weedle, don't forget you live in the same state as me now. Can I have some cake? I could realistically go get some of this cake from you now, Weedle. I love cake. Weedle, can I have some cake? Tomaso said I'm doing good. I'm mostly relaxing and playing DQ7. Oh, Dragon's Quest 7, that's right. I saw your post on Discord. For some reason, when it's written as DQ, I thought Dairy Queen. I'm like, what do you mean you're playing Dairy Queen? 7? There is a Dairy Queen game, not only that, but there's 7 of them? Okay, Dragon Quest 7. That makes so much more sense. Over on YouTube, Derma says, so if the ship stopped while nobody was in the room, you'd have to break down the door. That's what I even said last time. Which they were able to do. But yeah, it's a really bad design. maybe when the rooms are unattended, they just prop the door open. But I feel like they should have figured this out a lot sooner and realized, yeah, this is a problem. This happens a lot on the ship, because this cannot be the first time they would have had to deal with this, right? Endera said, for every room with a deadbolt. Well, every room on this side of the hallway. On the other side, the doors are probably like in the opposite direction, and the opposite probably happens. It probably like unlocks when they emergency stop, which is also bad. It kind of defeats the purpose of a lock. All right, let me have a sip of water. We're gonna get back into this. Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova?
Are you out of your mind? You say Barya made emergency stop?
It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened?
I mean, Biff's a sailor. He wasn't, the ship's log says he wasn't at his station around this time. It's probably because he went and he stopped the ship in order to create this locked room mystery. So yeah, it's Biff. He's the culprit of the cover-up. I still don't know if there's necessarily going to be any evidence that Kazum was killed, but he definitely did the framing and the cover-up and all that. Probably just to hide the fact that she was on the ship. And who cares if some other, kid, some Japanese kid hiding in the wardrobe takes the fall.
Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room.
Oh, it is simple enough.
Huh?
Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? The one that looks like a boob?
I'm very repressed. I don't actually know what a boob looks like. With the clothes off, is it checkered? Striped, maybe?
Used to trigger the emergency alarm.
Oh, yes, of course.
And also, people were saying earlier that all of them had, hit their heads in the middle of the night while they were sleeping. So that would, they'd probably emergency stop, smack their heads, and I don't know why I didn't wake them up.
There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling you only to press the button in times of emergency.
On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence, the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. Also to provide milk and nourishment for the young children aboard. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity.
Wait! It was you?
Oh, wait, so it wasn't Biff? It was her? Oh, he was the one that pressed it earlier. That's what it was during the day. Oh, I like that there wasn't actually an iceberg. He just wanted to press it. When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interest of safety. But again, that makes sense for it. That tracks, because not only just curiosity and him being like a little cat getting into everything, but he probably was thinking about this and needed to see what would happen. So press it, and then you know what happens when you press it. Two things happen in the interests of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings and the vessel comes to a complete stop. Ha! As indeed it did a little earlier today.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes. Surely it wasn't you who...
As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pushed. To be pushed hard by a man who knows how to push a button. To be pressed, whatever the occasion. He sounds almost proud of himself.
How dare you mess with ship? I report you to captain. You're in much trouble now. Our captain is this strong man, Horatio Magellan Crunch. He's called that not because of the cereal not going soggy in milk, but he crunch your bones. He's not Russian though. It's weird.
Now, I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learned a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. Again, like, if the ship has ever made an emergency stop before, they should know this already. So, what we must now consider, but that's probably why Biff did it, because he knows it happens. He's just playing dumb right now.
Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi, did the ship make an emergency stop, or did it not?
You're idiots! Barrier is huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop even in the middle of night, I would have had to beforehand go around to everyone's room and bonk them overhead, knock them unconscious. Do I seem like someone strong enough to do that? There would be chaos everywhere.
What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, it's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea. Okay, I'm gonna save the game.
What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
I don't know. I honestly do not know, Susato. And the game's gonna ask me, and I'm not ready to present it yet, so I'm gonna read a couple comments in the chat. Queen Katie says, when I finally undocked my Switch after 2 years, its screen was like super dead. But I blame that on 3 power outages in a row, I assume. But it still works docked though. Yeah, mine was fine. It was like I'd never used it because I hadn't, not undocked. So it's great, it's dandy. I had a little stylus and I was just trying to draw stuff, trying to draw a robot. I'm trying to put a transformer on my Tomodachi Island. It's not turning out very well. I gotta work on it more before ready to show it off, especially not to Vero. Vero will not judge it harshly, but have expectations. Tomaso said, I mostly keep my Switch 2 in its case and rarely have it in its dock, but I do have 2 official docks to make streaming from it easier. That's the other thing I found. I didn't realize that, like, you can't stream from it while, because when I played first a little while docked, I was like taking screenshots because I had a capture card, but then I realized I can't do that while it's out. Nora says, IG sleep. Thank you for being here, Nora. Thank you for the raid earlier. I'm glad you had fun with Omori. Sleep well. Have a good rest of your night. Queen said, to be fair, Logan, I have very faint memories of my cousin playing a very real and confusing Burger King game. There's not just an internet browser game, but like an actual you buy this Burger King game? Magpie says, considering KFC and Burger King have made video games, a Dairy Queen game seems par for the course. I know that there was the Colonel Sanders dating game. I didn't know that Burger King had one. I do know that apparently back in the, I don't know, I want to say 90s, maybe it was the 80s, Domino's had a video game with their mascot, the Noid. But it was before, I don't know if you guys know this, have you heard this story? Domino's had a mascot, I don't know why I'm doing this, he's not tiny. Had the guy named the Noid. It's like this little weird, ugly claymation dude wearing this like kind of red onesie with these big rabbit ears. And I can't even remember what I've seen like commercials, you can find him online. I want to say he would like try to wreck the pizza, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, he was their mascot for a while, and it was great. They even made a video game about him. But then, apparently there was something where some guy out there, some rando, was convinced that Domino's had made this Noid character based on him. And he went crazy, and I think, like, ran into I want to say a bank? But maybe it was somewhere else with, like, a gun and held people hostage, demanding that Domino's, I guess, either admit it or like pay him or stop using the Noid or something. And it was such a big PR problem that Domino's like, never again. But I think a couple years ago, they finally did use the Noid again. Have you guys heard this story? This is a real thing. So just remember, none of you are being mocked by pizza mascots. And even if that somehow does happen, don't take hostages. I think we talked about this before when we played Pizza Tower. Because there was the one character and that was kind of like the Noid, based on the Noid. Yeah, it was fun. Magpie says, Sneak King. Yeah, Sneak King. Okay, hang on. I need to Google this. Sneak King. Oh, that's a full-on game. That's like on the Xbox. Sneak King. Players take control of Burger King mascot, The King, in a stealth food delivery themed game that spans 4 levels based on Burger King's commercial. I have never heard of this before. It's kind of blowing my mind. Let me take a look over to YouTube chat. Let's see, Derma said, also almost finished Noja. In spite of my crash out, I've been meaning to respond to that crash out on Discord, but I keep getting lured by the siren song of the Transformers channel. And then Derma says, Burger King game. You mean Sneak King? That's real and absurd. So you've heard of this? Am I the only one that didn't know this? Anyway, I should play some game, apparently. I am not as well versed on obscure nerdy trivia as I thought I was, apparently.
What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night? Oh, it's gonna be the logbook, probably, showing that Stroganoff was not at his station. Yeah, I'm gonna save, I think I saved before, but just in case, I'm gonna save right here. So let's try that. Because it would have had to be something serious to take him away. I think I had initially assumed that was just like when he was sneaking her on board, but she would have already had to be on board because during this time frame would have been, yeah, right after the death, after the murder. So, yeah, this piece of evidence, present!
Yes!
Yes! Seaman Stroganov, it's your duty to patrol the first class area of the ship. Isn't that right?
Ah, that is correct. Why?
And the ship's log here. This would be where you record the details of your duties. Duties. It's a funny word.
What are you doing with it? That's mine!
This is so stupid too, because like, if he was covering up a murder, why would he not have come back afterward and falsified entries? Ah, you rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with a mind to return it to you later.
I left it there on purpose! That is where I put it always!
The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances, you wrote the phrase, nothing to report every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all.
Nothing recorded in the log, but that's what logs are for. That and to make cabins out of.
That is, because nothing happened.
But if nothing happened, you would normally write nothing to report, wouldn't you?
Gulp! I visibly and audibly gulped.
Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened here aboard the SS Burya.
Here?
Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact.
Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night?
Stop talking rubbish!
If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself. Who could forget to fill out a log?
Oh, why?
Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened,
surely all of us would have noticed. At this point, I wonder why like the court record doesn't say that we all said we had headaches. It should be in there. I'm gonna read a couple more comments in the chat. Queen said it was real. I just found it very creepy, lol. Magpie said, yep, I've heard it's massively buggy, lol. Magpie says there's a KFC VR game for employee training and a KFC dating sim. And I'm pretty sure McDonald's has a couple of kids game. That makes sense because they have all the like kids mascots. So that tracks. Queen said, oh, it's real. I'm Googling it. Wow, I really shoved that deep in my memory. I was just about to say that I don't know if it was real or just some weird mod on the Xbox 2. Wow, that makes sense. Actually, my cousins were the only Xbox players in the family for a long time. I've never had an Xbox. Maybe that's why I was unaware of this. I should check which Xbox it was on. Let me take a look over to YouTube chat. And Dermo says, quote, Seaman Stroganov. Suddenly, I've lost my appetite. You just don't want to... You don't want some stroganoff made with, or made by a seaman. You don't want that? You don't want that stroganoff mixed with that? Huh? Okay, let's keep playing some game here before I chase away lurkers with my gross jokes.
That's very true. thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. Oh, the ship lurched so violently, and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it had happened in the dead of night.
Well, no, that's a good point. What of the throbbing? That's right, chat. We're going to talk of the throbbing. Speak with me now at length about the throbbing.
Throbbing! Sorry, what do you mean, throbbing?
Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We have all suffered with it.
Ah! Oh, yes, I have had a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today. Nor have I.
I want to headcanon that's the excuse for why she was so dumb to remember about the door closing. Is that we've all got concussions.
My head had been feeling heavy ever since dawn.
Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. He's right. My head's been throbbing today too. Okay, the question is it just because we were asleep and so when the cabin or when the ship lurched, we did our head? Or did Seaman Stroganoff, did Biff Stroganoff run around and then like, I hope it's just kind of knocking on the, because like him doing that could be liable to kill somebody. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I'd already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all that was happening to me? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, you boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, well, yes, sorry. This stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Oh, well, Cosimo looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals. Oh! It's not that we hit our heads, we were drugged. We were all knocked unconscious with like... Probably to make sure that nobody would see her being brought on board. So they spike all of our meals, we all take it, we're... And that's why Cosimo was awake, because he didn't eat the meal. Okay. So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it. Oh, wasn't there even a line about how that, like, Cosmo didn't have any of the chicken? Yes, in fact, I had all of that. Cosmo wasn't fond of chicken. Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all. So let this be a lesson, chat. If you're a vegetarian or a vegan aboard a Russian ship, you gonna get murdered. That's right. He didn't touch it. Is that relevant? Hold on, waiting for the music to fade out. There we are. It's more dramatic this way. My dear fellow, does that not strike you?
Oh! Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken?
I do. No! Really? Is that really true? The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampering with by the addition of a soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. Soporific. I need to Google what that means. I don't know that word. Oh, thank you, Hosanaga.
A sleeping drug?
I still want to see what the actual technical definition is. Soporific. Definition. Soporific is something that causes or tends to cause sleep, drowsiness, or boredom. It functions as an adjective, a noun. Okay, so there we go. It's a sleeping drug. I'm gonna read some more in the chat though. I know I'm still close to catching up, but I'll just read a couple of comments because I miss y'all. Eglin said, someone tried to do a confession and the girl didn't even show up. Poor Xavier. I'm sorry. I obviously don't have nearly enough characters on my island yet for that. There's been one friendship, and that's it. There was a sign that said once we had 3 people on the island, a clothing store would open, but it hasn't opened yet, so I don't know what I'm missing. Oak says, please pin Logan! I need you to decide how old Beef Longa is right now! We have his birthday, January 11th, but his age isn't confirmed! I don't want to make him 4 years old in Tomodachi life. Okay, well, we can figure this out. So, we played Dream Daddy back in 2022, the beginning of 2022, okay? I think that's when it was. Beginning of 2022. At that point, he had a daughter, Amanda Panda, and she was a teenager. Let's just say 16. She's 16, okay? So let's say that he got married like right out of high school, settled down, got a wife, got pregnant, and let's say that she was born, not like instantly, but she was born when he was 19. Okay, so he had turned 19. She's born. So let's take 19 plus 16 plus 4. Okay? So that's 39. So Beef Longa is right now officially 39. Is that sound okay to you guys? Beef Longa is officially, canonically 39. Next year, next January is going to be the big 40 for him. So are you still here to hear that, Oak? Magpie says, yeah, that poor guy was very unwell. Oh, that's what I was talking about, the Noid, yeah. Quigita said I posted the Sneak King trailer in the Discord. Wow! Magpie says, I'm pleased I got to introduce y'all to Sneak King, laughing. And Oak with a Miss Vero command. Ah! Let me take a look over at YouTube chat. Dermo says, imagine if they mixed up the dating sim and the training game. Throbbing of the head doesn't clarify much. I thought that was connected back to the dating sim. I think that yeah, KFC ought to train their employees with the dating sim. Derma says, a soporific is just the technical term for a sleeping compound. Did you already know that, or did you cheat? Did you already? I didn't know that. I think it sounds like a soporific, like some sopping wet, but you're just enthusiastic about it being sopping wet, so soporific. And Derma says, the term shows up in murder mysteries semi-frequently. Okay, so I need to read more murder mysteries, evidently. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, hang on. What did Hosanaga say? Oh, yeah, he said it was a sleeping agent. Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop? So, but again, that had to have happened when the chicken was out, which is long before the murder. So it wasn't to make sure nobody knew about the emergency stop specifically to do the locked room. It was to make sure nobody knew that she was coming on board. Because that had to be something. She still said she like descended from the sky. I think we're still too early in history for helicopters. So again, maybe they went under a cliff and she like descended via rope. So maybe it had one emergency stop there, but then the bolt should have latched the first time. Maybe Cosmo, no, but he didn't write that in his diary.
Mr. Naruhodo, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea!
Precisely. I want to see her. Oh, here we go. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible. So is it just first class? Okay, I'm just gonna say it's first class because that's where she was brought. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator! Which they were for her. Yeah, for Pavlova.
What? Mr. Sholmes!
Well, seaman. Eh? Oh, why do you say my title like that? This is weird. I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. Oh, looking over at Garl. He never said which sailor is her dad. Hang on, I want to check the ages. It's so weird. Every time I like mouse over, this game is so sensitive. It just like goes to the next one. I want to look at people. I want to see how old he is. If he's old enough. I mean, he has a different last name, but I don't know, maybe her Pavlova thing is just like a stage name. He's 37. So yeah, he could totally be her dad. Because she's 15, right? If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over at the coals for aiding and abetting a renegade.
Please, no more. I will tell everything.
Yeah!
I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore.
These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe.
Yes, so when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me.
We all agreed to help everyone together. She threw away everything. Her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel.
She didn't throw everything. She brought a cat. An expensive tiara.
I don't believe it.
You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night.
Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. Wait, it was a full-on pill? It wasn't even like a powder or a liquid. It was just like an actual pill?
No, we could not make all drug, how you say, dissolve.
Oh, talk about heavy seasoning.
At midnight in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrade on shore with small fishing boat. So the whole falling from the heavens or the sky or whatever, that wasn't a clue?
While all the passengers of the SS Burya slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained. So, if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who dislike chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Cosima's cabin door. But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos.
Well, I mean, they were all asleep, I guess. So like they wake up and maybe they're just counting on the doors already being locked. This is a bit of a stretch. A little bit of a stretch. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat. Let's see. Quick said spoiler clip incoming soon. Oh, the last one for this case I have. Ooh. Eglin said, I'm also adding beef to my island. Gonna laugh so hard if he somehow swoops in and takes Logan's girl. You need to confess to her. You both like each other. Well, you know, if the me version of me, and I meant to say this on Discord, but I'll say it now. If the me version of me is anything like the real version of me, he will find a way to fumble. It's gonna happen. So might not want to get too invested in that relationship. Okay, so Queen Kitty has posted a clip into the chat for anyone who is lurking or new or does not know the deal. If someone posts a clip into either chats, although I think on YouTube it can only be done by mods, we load up the clip and we watch the clip. Now, Queen Katie and a few of our other community members sometimes make what we have come to refer to as spoiler clips, which is where I guess something very right, very wrong, maybe accidentally foreshadow something or whatever. Something that is said or done is like hinted at. It's a spoiler for something later on. And then we watch later and see like, oh, you know, recontextualized with a spoiler. This is funny now. So this one is from 4 days ago, titled A Swerving Twist. Oh man, these guys gonna get swerved. Let's see what this clip is.
There's nothing on this table at all. There's a...
That is loud. That is loud! Why is everything so loud? Let me, pull that down a little bit. Tablecloth!
The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason. It's almost as if we're on a boat.
Yes, it's strange. It's almost as if we're on a boat. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still, no, wait a minute.
What is it?
That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. Yeah, we was drugged. I don't even remember saying that, but okay, I had forgotten about that. All right, yes. Wow, I should pay more attention to the random stuff I say because apparently I guess things correctly on occasion and I just forget. Thank you, Queen Katie. Oak says, I like how you said that Beef got pregnant because he was the one who was pregnant. The jury's still out on any of that. He might have had like half the baby gestating in him. I don't know how it really works. Oak said, yes, Beef is 39 now. He looks very old for his age. And then Queen Katie with a Miss Vero command. Where is Vero at? I hope Vero shows up soon. Let me take a look over at YouTube chat. Oh, Queen Katie is over in YouTube, says, ... I knew what soporific was. Oh, it's gonna be because of Detective Conan. Because of a certain game. Oh, maybe it's not Detective Conan, maybe it's Murders on the Yangtze River. Oh, hang on, I'm getting little pop-ups appearing on my, oh, you guys might have heard that. Dermo says, Queen Katie, same, but judging by how you typed it, we're talking about different games. Queen Katie said, either way, we both learned about it from games. Gotta love it. Dermo said, I watched a Let's Play of Layton Brothers Mystery Room. More people need to play that game. Now, is that actually, like, from the makers of the Professor Layton games? Because I've seen some games, like indie games, that use Layton in the title just to make you think it's that. So I'm curious. Said where they spent an hour under the assumption soporific meant poison. The conclusions were interesting. Said even at 41%, it's still very loud. What happened? Yeah. Oh yeah, Dermo, you weren't here. All of my audio settings are screwed up. It's all messed up. I had to do a Windows update and nothing sounds right anymore. And I don't know how to test these things. It's not good. Queen says, oh, then, yup, we're talking about different games. Lol, Dermo said, yes, Queen said, it is made by the makers of Layton, yes. Pure peak of a game. I did not know that. Let me have a sip of water. I guess it wasn't a sip. A sip would be like, that was more of a swig, I guess. And let's get back into the game. And I will read some more chat soon.
Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos.
Oh, I wouldn't say so.
What?
Ah, of course. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins. After which, they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness. Or if only there was a different word for it. Something that sounds like fatigue. Because of the sleeping drug. Quite. And accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night.
Yes!
The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with the cabin doors bolted anyway, and so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. Hey. Was that the bad thing? You have talked long time and said many things. What is point? The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would have revealed the culprit's identity. I'm gonna also assume then that this means that he knew that we were in the wardrobe and was just being a bro and never turned us in before this. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night. But
I don't know about any of this. I'm just a silly little girl. Just a silly little girl. Just a little tiny. I'm 15. I'm just a baby. Just a silly little baby girl. Oh, I don't know anything. I don't know how to count past 4. I don't even know that I exist. There's not a thought in my head.
you like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas? Ha! But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories. We have short stories that are exciting. They involve whales or sharks. Ah! Even though that's now more quiet, it still is abrupt and caught me off guard. Oh, Vero's in the chat! Vero! Oh,
Not just any killing game.
let me know how the volume is on this now.
When do you seen this? When do you seen this?
Oh, just some Nagito.
I mean, you don't have to look at it if you don't want to. You can look elsewhere.
Freaking Nagito!
You know.
This isn't even your game!
Nagito.
Why are you cameoing in a game that isn't your game, Nagito? But thank you very much. I should read some more chat then. But how you doing, Vero? Oak says, I like how you, oh, I read that, hang on. And yeah, there's Queen Katie with a Miss Vero command, aw. Neon says, so poor slime, hashtag if you know, you know. Oh, Sopper slime? However you say that, is that like a type of an enemy in a game or something? Weedle says, I'm back, chat. Welcome back, Weedle. How's the cake? Can I have a piece? Queen Katie says, captions, Mr. Shones. 5 things left in case 2 now. Okay, when was that? So I'm thinking there's a chance, depending how long it is in between things, we might not finish this case tonight. Queen Katie with the keyboard slam says, I'm sorry, what? Why is the clip viewer loud, huh? I'm glad I shared a clip. Everything, the audio is just screwed up. And Vex says, Loundga. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Over on YouTube, Dura says, Queen Katie, heck yeah. I can still hold out foolish hope for a sequel. There's so much they could do. Never found a detective game which does investigations and especially twists quite like it. Okay, let's get back into the game. And sailors don't listen to long, boring stories. We don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. Sometimes one eye is covered by snake, but it's okay, I love my snake. A laudable trait. That? I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes? Do you hear it? Do you hear it? The drums, the bells, the hammer of justice. That accusatory cry of guilt in the wind.
What accusatory cry of guilt? What are you talking about?
Sorry, you've lost me. Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No, you must hear it with your eyes. For observation is the basis of all deduction. And that's like Rinosuke's superpower, right? His observation. What are you talking about? Letters bigger than punctuation. I believe the time has come for one final. Oh, we're gonna dance again. Logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. That's right. So gotta do a thing where he removes my handcuffs and we dance around again. Let's say it before we do this. So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. I like how good-natured he is about this. That he's not like, oh, how dare you try to help me or take credit. He's like, yeah, we work well together. Let's dance, let's do this. With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? With observation, my dear fellow, just as I said. Of these two prevaricators. Prevaricator. Prevaricator. A person who speaks falsely evades the truth or acts as a liar, a quibbler, or a equivocator. Oh, wait, hang on. I want to see how do we pronounce it though. Why isn't it? Usually it gives me a little thing to pronounce it. Do I get it? Oh, here we go.
Prevaricator.
Yeah, why is my browser so loud still? That was very loud. I hate everything that Windows is doing to me right now. Observation.
If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asogi's death. What we're looking for is some trace evidence that one of these two was there when it happened.
Okay, so I guess we're saying that garderobe, the Russian word for wardrobe written on the ground, wasn't something else that was turned into that. It was just that. It was that from the beginning. There was no hidden message. I got to admit, I'm a little disappointed. Precisely. You are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. All right, I'll see what I can see. What I can see. So we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Kazuma died. Oh, we're looking at them? Oh, and I can't even save right now. Chunky arms. Belly button midriff. Oh, purple ink. Purple ink. Only piece of evidence that we need is purple ink. Purple ink. But first I really want to click on the chunky arms. He has arms like tree trunks, doesn't he? Hairy tree trunks.
Yes, he certainly has sailor's arms. He's a born man of the sea.
Even if I had been awake, I couldn't have done anything about being dragged out of that wardrobe by this man.
Naruhodo-san, are you all right? You seem to be lost in thought.
Oh, sorry. Blame those hairy tree trunks. He liked it. Can I click on it? Okay, nothing on his head. Can't click on his fish necktie. Can't click on his belly button. Can I click on her? Do you have chunky arms? We still haven't figured out what's going on with her earring that is missing a thing. Are we still getting the same thing last time we clicked her right ear?
She has such petite ears among that beautiful hair, like little pink shells.
Yeah, this is the same dialogue as before, so we don't need to click both of her ears. We just know that her ears are still there, and that it has a broken earring on that side. Maybe we're gonna find the other half of that earring that he's gonna own it, and it's gonna show that he is her father. For when he sold her to the Russian ballet, he took her earring, something like that. She doesn't appear to have noticed that it's broken. Okay, anything on the back here? Like your long hair? No? What was that? Was something there? Oh, that's just more chunky arms. Okay, so I guess that's everything. Let's click the purple link. The purple. Ink stain. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, I know, he is totally caked up.
It's some kind of stain in an unusual place.
Yes, you're right. It looks like ink, if I'm not mistaken. Huh. Ink.
Huh. And look at the color, too. It's clear where this came from. Okay, let's present that. Present the ink stain. Ka-cha! Yes! Ink stain! Seaman Stroganov, you seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. This was I pooped some purple. I'm part squid. I get scared. I do that to chase away predators. Ah, yes, I am. I don't know where the dirt comes from. So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain? What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of this stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain.
It's a very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganov's uniform.
And I think what made it is clear.
Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it.
My pleasure! So I'm practicing that for, I'm getting a summer job at Chick-fil-A. I gotta say that instead of you're welcome. All right then, the evidence that proves what the stain is on the back of the uniform is. It's gonna be this one. It says purple ink. Purple ink.
Yes!
Yes! Crime scene photograph! I shattered you twice in 1 minute, bro! Yes, it's this photograph and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform. Although the photo's in black and white, but still, I'm gonna read some more in the chat. Let's see. Oak says, Logan, I also need to ask, I'm making Pork Shorta 39 as well, because she would have had to have been Beef's high school sweetheart. But what color should I make her hair? Oh. Since we're talking about purple, the color purple is stuck in my head right now, but maybe it'd be better for her hair. Oh, you know what her hair should be? It should be like pinkish red, like a slice of ham, but with but you know, all parted right there, but with some gray roots, like she dyes it so it looks like a ham bone on the top. So I would say red or pink, reddish, pinkish, ham. It's ham colored. Ham colored. Plus her name is Pork. So yeah, ham colored with some gray roots. Queen Katie with Hydrate Command, thank you very much, Queen Katie. I'm gonna finish off this bottle of water right here. Thank you, Queen Katie. Vera says, hello, my friends, Vero! There's Rhea came in, you made it! Queen Katie said, Vero. Oak says, Vero. Queen Katie said, we might finish case too soon. Vera says, yeah! Queen Katie with the timestamp, 1 hour, 54 minutes. Look at that, I'm like 15 minutes behind. It's less than that, in fact, like 13 minutes. Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. Let's see. Toshi says, they're so creative. Derma says, since the dance music is in 7, I guess it's Balkans dance. Only tradition off the top of my head to dance in 7S. 7S? What are we talking about? Wait, in 7s? Oh, it's in 7. I thought you meant like game 7. So it's in like the beat, the rhythm, the time is in 7s. Toshi says Windows is the real criminal of this case. Oh, it is, of this whole stream. That's why we started 25 minutes late tonight. Dura says YouTube removed the clip function. What the F? I know, like we discovered that a couple of streams ago, and Queen Katie even posted some stuff on Discord about it. Supposedly, YouTube has said that they're going to be bringing back some sort of clip functionality soon. Like, I can't remember if they said it was this year or next year or what. But right now they're like, just use the timestamp. I suspect the reason why is so that because if you share a video with just a timestamp, then after it finishes with the part that you're on, like the video just keeps playing. And then they can get ad revenue by just ads playing as opposed to a short thing and then stopping, you know? Queen said, salute, may the clipper rest in peace. Derma said the YouTube clipper was good too. No! Oh, that's right, so now you can't really post the clips on YouTube. I shouldn't even bother to say post them on YouTube because of that. It's so sad. All right, let's keep playing here. Yes, it's this photograph and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform. Ink? A rather unusual color of ink. Purple. Hark! Ah, the penny drops at last. Now you see the significance. It's Rinosuke. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of the exact same color with a U. We're using extra letters here. If the ink had been dry, it could possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Oh, couldn't have, sorry. Which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilt. I don't like this guy. I think I'm just going to kill everyone in this room except for Pavlova. I could do it. No one would stop me. All right, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything. Huh? I arranged everything in that student's cabin to make it look like wardrobe man did it. Then I press button to make barrier do emergency stop and bolt cabin door shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel.
Biff, please.
Okay, so there goes my theory that he's her dad, because that would have been a good moment for her to say dad. Don't worry, Angel. Let me do the talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty, patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet.
Biff, please, you must help me.
I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on floor. That is not where student boys go. I mean, their feet go on floor, but not whole body. Ah, what happened here?
My cat did murder. My kitty cat killed him, man. She is not a kitty, she's a killie. Please don't tell anyone. My little one, my little furry friend.
Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Asogi's cabin and killed him. Kitten killed him. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell. Oh, this is Renosuke. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell on the floor? Yes, that's right.
So, after the incident, when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers.
I hope we get to see the cat. I assume the cat's gonna return with her, but maybe the cat's gonna stow away in our bag and be our cat for the rest of the game. It's a cute cat, it'd be fun.
Only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor.
She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel. The door was not locked. So she opened to look and you know what happened after that. I don't need to recap. Let's just keep going through a cutscene here.
There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind.
What?
When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead?
Why?
I already told you! When Nina opened door of student's cabin and looked inside.
I was asking Miss Pavlova.
Are we gonna try and say that the autopsy report was maybe falsified or something? Let me read a couple of comments in the chat. Fear says, I gotta rewatch the VOD later of this stream. Just make sure that you don't have earphones turned up high. But having bad audio problems. Oak said, Vero, I'd like your take 2. What color do you think Pork Short's hair should be in Tomodachi Life? And Vera says, big pink. I don't know. Quickett said, also, Logan's volume setting got messed up, so some stuff will be loud. To let him know if anything still is loud. Yes, please. If anything still sounds either too loud or too quiet, let me know. Vera said, I think volume sounds fine. Quickett said, you should have heard the alerts and clip viewer earlier. So loud. Vera said, uh-oh. Do we test it again? Quickett said, well, I ain't gonna be the one to pull the trigger. Vera said, I'll take the fall. Cover your ears, chat. And there's a Tomcat, which wasn't too bad now. Quita said, oh, not what I expected. Vera said, Tomcat sounds normal, nice. Vera said it sounds quieter, but it's because of the old mic. No, it's just because, like, I cranked it way, way down. So I think I might have overshot. Weedle says, oh, the cake is for my roommate's birthday. Aw, well, happy birthday to your roommate, Weedle. That's really nice of you. Guess I don't get any cake. Vera said, I forgot how many dances we have in this case. Wow! Wait, with this one, we didn't even dance. We just shattered some glass, which I know Vera knows all about shattered glass. Vera said it kind of removes the novelty of it. Neon says in all caps, Prevaricator! Quiggity said, Logan, that spooked me. I was on a different tab. He was laughing. Quiggity says, Prevaricator. Vex says, Prevaricator.
Prevaricator. Prevaricator. Prevaricator. Prevaricator.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what you guys are all worried about.
Prevaricator.
Why some
Prevaricator.
guys are acting like something unusual is happening.
Prevaricator.
Outside the norm. Neon says, a sailor went to CCC to see what he could see. That sounds familiar. What is that from? Vera says, purple rain, purple rain. Okay, let's keep playing a little bit here. With some ... exclamation point. Oh, by the way, we're getting close-ish to the 2.5 hour mark, so now's a good time to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions over on the Twitch side of the chat. I'm just saying. Just saying. Well, Miss Pavlova. Okay, that means da, right? That means yes. So she's saying he was already dead. So Susato's going to be able to forgive her then?
Da. Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. But I could tell he was dead. I felt all the vital places in his body. None of them had pulses. None of them. I was very thorough. I understand. And I believe you.
So, is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? Something very nearly slipped my mind. Yeah, I feel like there's got to be something else that we're not remembering here. Is there any other details that we missed? Oh, Mr. Sholmes? This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. The cause of death was a broken neck. Therefore, the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to be somewhat unnatural. Huh? Is it that his headband isn't wafting behind him? I'm gonna save because I'm not sure what he's talking about and I feel like the game is gonna ask me in just a second and I'm not prepared for that. Something appears unnatural. I mean, his finger's out, but that's probably just the Biff Stroganoff did that, just like extended the finger and dipped it in ink, right? What do you mean unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? Well... If Kazuma tripped and fell, and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck, which part of this photographic print seems unnatural? Is it the neck just being turned to the side? Is it his neck? I mean, the finger should be, but obviously that's because this was staged. That is believable. Is it his head? That if he broke his neck, he should have fallen onto his back? I'm gonna save right here, just because like so that, because I have a feeling we're not gonna get this on the first try. This feels like something we're gonna take multiple tries for. Let's try neck. And then, I mean, I think the whole thing is that this isn't the position he landed in. Although I guess maybe it is fine that if he hit the ground like that and it just like snapped his neck like that way. Is it that his left hand is clenched? Because if he fell, he'd want to brace himself, so why is his hand closed? Okay. So it could be the finger, but the finger's dumb. If it's a finger, it's like, yeah, because of course he wasn't... I don't know if I should try the neck now. Okay, let's try the neck. If it's not the neck, we're gonna try the closed hand. If it's not the closed hand, we'll try the finger. Present. Yes! Yes! It must be here, surely. Oh, I'm wrong.
Allow me to offer you a piece of advice regarding the pursuit of detection, my dear fellow. When noting a crucial point, it cannot be helpful to keep your eye. It can be helpful to keep your eyes open.
They were open.
And it can be equally helpful to use them.
Oh, sorry. I'll try that. Okay, so it's not the neck.
I think it's plain what Mr. Sholmes means by unnatural, isn't it? The word written in a foreign language underneath his fingertip, surely.
Oh, that particularly crass detail was orchestrated by the culprit. No, I mean to identify another point. Okay, for a second I thought it was just skipping over me. This Sato was saying what I should have picked.
Imagine if you were losing your footing yourself.
Okay, so it's gonna be the hand, because yeah, when you land as the victim has, what of your hand? Don't say what of your hands! I figured that out already! I don't even want to hear any more of what you're saying. I want you to spoon feed it to me. I felt so proud of myself a second ago. So let's load this. It's the hand. But his hand is clutched, it's gripped tight. Present, yes!
All right, if he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then this fist just doesn't quite seem right.
So did we check? Does he have something in his fist? Is he gripping something?
The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat.
Unless you're holding something.
Yet here, we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say. As though he were gripping something.
Hello. What do you mean?
Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago.
Oh, okay, so we don't have to. You did?
And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow?
A crumpled up note that he wrote as he was falling that says, delete my internet search history, crumple, and then landed? Huh?
Mr. Sholmes, show us, please! Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense?
I mean, a little bit to build anticipation. Oh, it's the earring! I was just talking before about how we never heard of... So that means she came into the room before he died. Okay, we gotta theorize what happened. Okay, so the ship's crew drugs everyone's chicken to knock everyone unconscious while they bring her on board. They probably say to her, it's like, hey, go down the hallway, your door is on the right. She goes down, she goes in the wrong room, she goes into our room. Kazuma is still awake. There's a tussle. He grabs her earring as he's slipping on the cat and falls and which side? Is it right ear? And yoinks it out. Okay! So he wasn't dead when she came in. Oh, but that means she lied to Susato.
This is what I found.
Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle.
Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us?
It tells us nothing. Cover your ears. Cover the Pavlova. Just go like this. Just go like this the entire time. Yeah, go like this. While they're talking, this is just the pose that all Russians do all the time. Don't look at other earring.
I'm not so sure. That crescent moon looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Observation, Mr. Naruhodo, that is the key.
Why?
The truth is now tantalizingly close. How did that crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist? This is the final clue, the last piece of the Vero! Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has... Okay, here, if we have to do another, like, look at things and click things, which ear do we click? Do we click the ear that does have it? So see, oh, it matches? Or do we click the ear that doesn't to say that's where it came from?
I hope it lets us do either. And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes. Where did the crescent moon come from? Chunky arms? Did it come from chunky arms? Did it come from belly button? Did it come from ink stain? Oh, we did. Then we could have clicked the sailor's hat before. Oh, we can still click the picture over here? No. Oh, I want to see what happens when we click the sailor's hat.
Have you noticed something about Seaman Stroganoff's hat, Mr. Naruhodo?
Huh? Oh, no. I don't think it can tell us much. I was just practicing my observation.
Well, I don't imagine we're going to find anything to do with the crescent moon under it, do you?
Oh, so it would have been something else if I'd clicked it earlier. No, you're right. Let's look elsewhere. Okay. Can I click the left ear?
She has such petite ears among that beautiful hair like little pink shells.
Oh, what's that? What that? What that? There's something dangling from her ear.
Yes, that's an earring. Wait! Look!
Okay, I need to read some more in the chat. I need to read some chat. I almost caught up earlier, now I'm getting behind again. I'm playing too much game. I should not play this much game. And by the way, we are now just a couple minutes away from the 2.5 hour mark. So once again, on the Twitch side, if you got raid suggestions for later when we pass the 3 hour mark, let me know. Let's see. Vera said, one time I tried hydrating as much as Logan does in a stream. Had to run to the bathroom twice. Was just like watching it every time I drank some water. You drank some water? Vera says, I don't know how he does it. I clench and hold it in. And then I go to the bathroom after. No, here, honestly what it is, I go to the bathroom right before stream and I probably go to the bathroom usually right after. Quicketa said, honestly, same law. By the time I'm done with my streams, I have to instantly book it after I raid Logan or I burst. Crystal said, unlurk. I'm back from GTA San Andreas, peeps. Vera said, Biff is such a cutie, actually. Crystal says, Vero. Vera said, his look to the side with a sad face is such a cute expression. I was thinking that he might end up being Pavlova's dad, but I guess not. Vera says, Crystal with some hearts, and then duty command. Crystal says, I was busy beating up gangsters, parentheses, in GTA. Vera says, he reminds me of, oh crap, I can't even remember how to pronounce the name. Geschect? From Pluto, yeah, like, how did he, I can't remember how his name was pronounced. Said, who's my fave guy when I watched that anime. Quita said Logan's theory that Biff is their father. I'm probably wrong, though. Over on YouTube chat, let's see, Toshi says YouTube downfall is near. Well, everything is getting worse. YouTube is no exception. Google is practically worthless at this point. And Durma said, Toshi, so is everything online. Yes, it is. I was just talking to my mom about this earlier because I was like looking up on Amazon trying to find something that we need to order. And it's like you type in the thing you want. It's like, I want this thing. It is called this brand of this thing, enter. And instead of showing you any listing that is titled that, it thinks it's smarter than you and uses its AI or algorithm or whatever to go, here's some stuff we think you'd probably like. You probably like this stuff better. Let me show you this stuff instead. It's like, no, just show me what I asked for, please. Okay, let's play some more of the game.
Wait, look! It's a crescent moon!
Ah! There can be no doubt now, surely! I want to click the other ear. Because I don't know which ear I'm supposed to click. Because it says, where did the crescent moon come from? So we got to click this earring, the right ear, yeah? Yeah? The question is where it came from, and it came from this ear.
She has such petite ears among the beautiful hair like little pink shells.
Oh, what's that? There's something attached to her ear.
Ah, I expect that's what's called an earring. It's a little piece of jewelry.
An earring? Is it? It really is tiny.
Perhaps part of it's missing. Maybe it broke off. So now all that's left is the clasp part that attaches the ear.
If that's the case, she doesn't appear to have noticed that it's broken. I mean, the other one had new dialogue that makes me think I should click there, but the question is, where did the crescent moon come from? And I can't save. I think I saved shortly before I did this. This is the correct answer to this question. Where did it come from? It came from her right ear, so I'm gonna present here. I'm gonna trust the grammar of this question as it is presented. Oh, I see party poppers over on YouTube. Thank you, whoever's doing that. That always makes me happy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's click. Yes, yes. Right here. Hey, we got it. Miss Pavlova, I noticed that on your ear. Even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part of it seems to be missing. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose. Huh. Hey, what? But looking at your other ear, I notice a crescent moon. Ah! I don't believe it! So maybe it was a murder after all? Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there is only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yeah, it's that he grabbed it right before he died, which means she had to be in there before he died. Yes. Again, I feel worse that she lied to Susato than that she killed a guy, because I didn't know Kazuma. He's not even a real person. This is all fictional. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asogi must have gripped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night, in Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. I'm sad now. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Angel! No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma?
When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then, when I was at last in this cabin and could relax after this horrible long day. Meow. Darka, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy. But nothing worked. Darka would not come back.
So I'm guessing she ran into the other room. Okay, so if this ends up not being an accident, and she is somehow legally culpable for although maybe we're in international waters. Maybe this, because I think that's the rule, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure if you're on a cruise ship, you're like allowed to commit crimes as long as they're not like international crimes. I don't know. Look it up, probably. Okay, so I'm guessing that when Darka wouldn't come back, she ran into the other room, figuring everybody's knocked out because of the chicken. He was awake. I'd like to think that when she goes in there, he's like petting and playing with the cat. That I want Kazuma to be good with Darka. And so she runs in there, and there's some kind of an altercation. Maybe he's got the cat in his arms, and she like goes take it away, and he's like, "Whoa, lady, what's wrong with you? I want that earring," yoink, and falls and dies. Wait, no, except the cat had to be on the floor because he tripped on the cat because the bell was on. I don't know, we'll find out. I should stop guessing when the game is obviously about to tell us everything. But nothing worked. Oh, that's sorry.
But nothing worked. Darka would not come back. Oh. Knock, knock. Oh. Clunk.
What are you? Wait. What? Hosonaga was in there?
What are you doing here in this time of night, Inspector?
What? Oh, it's probably Kazuma thinking that it was Hosonaga at the door. What are you doing at the...
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
Sorry, I misread. I got confused there.
The young man from your country, he was very polite and kind and hot. He helped me to find Arka, and he promised not to tell anyone.
So why was there an altercation then?
But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin,
Just a moment. Sorry, but...
Oh, yes?
I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before.
Ah!
Ah, of course, you're Nikola Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina.
Huh? No, I don't know that. I don't know that name. Hide the tiara off of my head. Take off my Nikola Pavlova name badge. Let's get rid of that. Take off my I am Nikola Pavlova jacket I wear everywhere with my giant face and name emblazoned upon back. I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in faraway east know a Russian ballerina?
Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment.
I can't fool him, so I must kill him. I have to tell him truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice.
I see. So you've run away.
Please, please keep mine secret. Don't tell anyone.
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
Oh crap! Oh, is he gonna wake me up to ask me about it? And he's gonna discover that I'm like knocked out? Yeah, he went to get me. Oh! Oh, because she doesn't know that I'm in the wardrobe. She thought he was going for the cord when he was going to get me.
He's going to pull the cord. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything all at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait, I shouted, and then... Meow, said the cat. Darta jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And...
I hope that we get a ping of him, like a ping image just like falling over.
And as he turned around to look at me, please show him falling.
Oh, wow, he hit the corner post of the bed.
I pushed him. I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling everyone about me.
Miss Pavlova, that's a murder. Oh, pin message from Quick said at age 15, Nikola is the youngest culprit to date. Well, the bad news is that means if she's the youngest, there will be no baby culprits in the rest of this game. And I'm saddened by that. I want there to be a baby that did it at some point. But thank you very much for the pin message and for the bit of trivia. Let's pause for a second to read some more in the chat. Veer says, cute. Kaifi says, howdy, Robo Man. How you doing, Kaifi? Kaifi says, number 3. Oh, 3 stream streak. Veer said, I can get pasta leftovers or make breakfast. What are you gonna make for breakfast? Because I'm a fan of breakfast. Oh, Vex with a clip. Okay, like we said before, for anyone who's lurking, doesn't know the deal. If you're new, if you post a clip, we watch the clip. YouTube does not have clipping anymore, so it's just from the Twitch side now. This will tell me how far behind I am. Also, 23 minutes. Not too bad. It was titled, This clip is titled...
Prevaricator.
So once again, if you didn't catch the title, it's titled...
Prevaricator.
So let's watch this this clip now. Quiggin says, Prevaricator! Vex says, Prevaricator! I gotta turn
Prevaricator.
turn that volume down.
Prevaricator.
Oh my gosh, that is
Prevaricator.
peaking so bad.
Prevaricator.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what you guys are all worried about.
Prevaricator.
Why is it peaking
Prevaricator.
so much? I'm gonna have to redo all
Prevaricator.
the audio settings. This is
Prevaricator.
the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst. Why, Windows? Why? I had everything just the way I liked it. But thank you very much for the clip, Vex. Vera said, what are we thinking, Chad? Quiggin says, I have guide if you need us, Sir Logan. Vera says, no blood. Magpie said, just do the one that feels most obvious. I should have gone for the hand. It was, but I was trying to be sneaky with the neck thing. Quiggin said, did Logan hit the wrong spot? Oak says, please pin. Ooh, Logan, you want to check general chat on Discord so bad. Unlurk, my shenanigans are over. Is it going to be a picture of Beef Longa as a Tomodachi Life person? Let me hang on. We're going to pause for a second. I got to pull it up on our Discord. Is it in the general chat? Let's see. Oh, there we go. We got Beef Longa. Hang on. Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh, he's even got the piece of rice in his mustache. There we go. And the yellow goggles, the mustache, and the spiky hair. That is fantastic. And Veal Shortanga is there. And Pork Shorter with the pink hair, but a little bit of white in there. Thank you very much, Oak. Kyvie says, I'm thinking about going to sleep. Aw, you just got here. And then eating tomorrow morning. Ooh. Quieta says, oh, never mind. Kyvie said, technically it's today morning, because Eastern. But still, is that guy's name a pun on Sherlock Holmes? He is. In fact, in the Japanese version, it was Sherlock Holmes. But for the localization, they changed it to Herlock Sholmes. Some about how, like, the rights to the character hadn't fully quite reached public domain yet when this game came out. Something like that. Quiggin said 2 things left, by the way, and only like 20 minutes. We might not finish this chapter tonight. Quiggin said, Kyvie says, it is, isn't it? Quiggin says, because he is Sherlock Holmes, but they changed the name to avoid copyright. Kyvie says, nuh-uh, he's Sholmes now. I misspelled it 3 times in a row. Magpie says, get shomed, idiot / silly. Quiggin said, if I had a nickel for every time an Ace Attorney character has a moon-shaped earring. Kyvie says, his name is Stroganoff. And yeah, because that's what he does in his time. He's just Stroganoff. Over on YouTube chat, Quiggin said, either ear works. Okay, so we could have done the other one. So that's good. It's nice when the game is nice. And then Toshi says, Prevaricator. I won't click it again because, wow, that was loud over on there. But let's get back into the game now. And that's when you went to fetch help? From Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty, out in the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and thud on floor. I'm like, oh, she did murder again. So I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like leaf. She looked at me and she said in her tiny little ballerina voice, she said, help me, Biff. If they find out, I will be. Please, I have nowhere to go. So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it. So that no one else would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door. Why not just arrange it to make it look like he fell in an accident? Yes. I went into cabin and looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. But I did not look in hand. I'm scared by man's fists. They're inherently violent image. And then I found Stowaway in wardrobe, still sleeping. Right, that's when he found me.
So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the stowaway.
I have a name. Oh, I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign. Luckily for me, that's the only reason Susato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent. Also, didn't like Herlock check that for prints? We should have checked those sooner. Although I guess we probably don't have records of people's fingerprints. But he could like go around with ink and like stamp people's hands. I dragged young man's body to a good place and used ink that was spilled to write on floor. I wrote garderobe so that person who found him would look inside wardrobe to find stowaway.
And tell me, what of the glass bell?
It was by 9 feet, so I picked it up.
I see.
But it was dark in cabin. I didn't notice the other half.
Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished the job. He was not dead yet. Well, I just put one hand over his mouth and one plug in the nose and just held that tight.
By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway?
Yes.
Accordingly, the SS Bayard did indeed come to an emergency halt a little after 2 a.m., thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery.
Oh, was I not supposed to do that?
There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova.
What?
Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him.
Isn't that right? Doesn't it? Wait, no, she wasn't worried. Hang on. And it's because you were worried. Oh, it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. It's because you were worried that you pushed him, worried about when I read that, it sounded like you were going to tell the captain that he pushed you. And it's like, he didn't do that. Okay, I misread it. Isn't that right?
Yes.
But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Okay, so did they do this without the captain knowing? Why would that have been a problem? Was she worried that the captain would kill him and just tried to wound him?
Oh, it was what he said first that made me scared.
What he said first? What are you doing?
Oh, Inspector!
What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector?
She thought he wasn't calling for the captain, that he was going to get the inspector.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
He said an inspector was his friend.
Ah, yes. Oh, meaning me. Oh, he's dead because of me. Ah, oh, wow. I'm gonna take a lot of guilt from this. Who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard?
I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, murder.
May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? Earlier, I asked you if he was already dead. You said, da. I said you believed me. You betrayed my trust. I'm gonna flip you over my shoulder. You're gonna get rotated, B-word.
Huh?
It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know.
No, he was going for the wardrobe, but she didn't know that there was someone in there.
What? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain. But I'm gonna save in case there's some weird way that we're supposed to explain this.
My main gripe about this is, if Kazuma thought it was the inspector, why didn't he talk in Japanese?
Okay. That is a good point. However, here I'm also under the assumption that right now she is speaking Japanese to us, right? It makes sense with Biff Stroganoff speaking Japanese to us because he's using broken grammar. So yeah, she knows Japanese. So she walked in and he said that in Japanese and she just knows it well enough to recognize Inspector? I think? I'm gonna say that's why. But thank you for the 10 bits. I'm gonna explain that he said it in Japanese, she speaks Japanese, so she understands it. Yeah? I think, let me read some more comments in the chat. Let's see. Quick said, also worth noting, this game came out after Dual Destinies. So it isn't like a random gap or anything. They did Moon Earring in a game after they did Moon Earring. Well, we also had 2 games in the main line in a row. Wait, no, hang on, was it in a row? What was the other game that we did 2 games that had identical twins? We did twins in Spirit of Justice. Crap, what was the other game that we did twins in? I'm trying to remember. But yeah, they did identical twins twice. Twice twins. Kaiva said it's supposed to be like beef stroganoff. It is! And Neon says yes. Queen said yes, lol. Every Russian in the case is named after dishes. Pinmaster for Queen Katie. Trials and tribulations, Logan. There we go. Trials and tribulations. Yes, okay, yes. And they're always cute girls. Always. Boys aren't allowed to be cute twins, just cute girls. But thank you very much for the reminder. Thank you. Kaiva said, do we like men in shirts that don't fully cover the belly? I think it's a little weird. But then again, I did at one point watch, I still need to watch the rest of it. I saw the first like 20 minutes or so of K-pop Demon Hunters. And there was the one boy band guy, and his shirt didn't cover at the bottom. He like went like that, and you could see 6-pack abs, and the girls seemed to like that. Magpie says, heck yeah. Kaivi said, I'm gauging the chat's down bad levels. Dare I say, freak a factor. Vex says, it's 90% drop shift stuff when Amazon does that too. I know, it's awful. Oak says, I still highly recommend DuckDuckGo. It sadly still has some AI features, but at least you can turn them all off. And as far as I know, the only search engines that let you filter AI images. And that's a good point, but would it affect Amazon though? Like you go to Amazon, like through a DuckDuckGo link, and you would still like end up on Amazon. Like it won't prevent the AI over there though. Unless they have a browser that I don't know if that blocks it. I'm also a bit frustrated too because when I was trying to find, oh no, I already mentioned this last time. I was trying to find a physical copy of Tomodachi Life. Every time I went to the GameStop website, it kept telling me I was in South Carolina for some reason. Magpie says, fun fact, I bought seasons 1 and 2 of Young Justice from Amazon, and they sent me Young Justice season 2 and Young Justice Season 2 in a Season 1 box, mysteriously. Attempting to talk to customer support was worthless because it was all AI. No, well, and Amazon has usually been really good for me. Anytime I've needed to return, they just like, okay, do it. We're a big company. I'm sorry. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. They could have sent you Young Justice Seasons 3 and 4. I don't know. I just think that it kind of lost the plot with those later seasons. Queen said, and with that, there is one final thing left to complete the case. Is post-breakdown stuff, though. Fun fact incoming soon, by the way. After everything is explained, and Oak says, I'm making pasta. Okay, we got 8 minutes left to the 3-hour mark, so last call on Twitch for raid suggestions. In case people haven't already done that, maybe because I haven't got up yet. He was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done. Wouldn't have done. Why are we doing done? This is the second time we've had this weird grammar. But how's she supposed to know that? She just barely met him. She doesn't know if she can trust him.
No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There is one more deduction to make. The question is going to be, what was he going? He was going to the wardrobe to get me. He said he needed a second opinion. He didn't mean Inspector Hosonaga. He meant Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? Another deduction? Yes. What action was the victim really about to take at that moment? What is this inspirational, dreamy music? Can we determine whither the young man's gaze was directed? Oh, we're dancing around in our imaginations. First, consider the victim's location within his cabin. That's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still. That cabin has been my home for this entire voyage.
So this is how the cabin looked last night when Ms. Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama? I can see your imagination. It's weird.
Yes, it's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. If there's one thing I've learned today, it's that a simple gaze
can reveal all manner of truths. And not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out. You can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So, when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at? The garderobe! Garderobe. Garderobe. Cord. Bed. We gotta click all this up. Can we do the vent? Okay. Oh, we go for that. Okay, so we got 3 options. Let's go from left to right. Bed. Where was Kazuma really looking? Bed. Huh, his bed? I remember him being annoyed about the pillow. He said it was too thin. Didn't he put that big, thick book of Japanese law underneath it, in fact? Perhaps he was thinking of looking something up. Either that or talking to Miss Pavlova made him acutely tired. Oh, what was that? Achievement unlocked! Pillow perfectionist for having examined the bed? In episode 2, okay, that's an achievement. That was not particularly interesting dialogue, but okay, achievement unlocked. What an odd achievement. Cord. Huh, the bell cord. So Miss Pavlova thought that he was just coldly ignoring her request and going to pull the cord. But the Kazuma I knew would never have done something like that. No, I'm sure of it. Garderobe. Huh, the wardrobe. My wardrobe. My garderobe. I was in there at the time, of course, sleeping soundly. Too soundly. If only I hadn't eaten that chicken that was laced with the sleeping drug. If only he'd woken me up. Then maybe this tragedy would never have happened. No, it's because he tried to wake you up that it happened. Garderobe. Present. Take that! Take that! Wardrobe! Oh, you were inside, Kazuma. Did he eat you? Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly it might have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes, however... what is directly beside the bell cord? The bed! A wardrobe! The garderobe? And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe. The man's great friend, sleeping soundly. Ah! Miss Pavlova, please, think back very carefully and don't lie this time. What were Mr. Asogi's exact words last night? Needed a second opinion. Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. Another opinion? Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if between them, they might be able to help in some way, no doubt. Oh no! Oh, I should not have done the murder. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asogi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had. Oh. Miss Pavlova? Hi, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did, and that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that! He was my bro. I'm so mad at you right now. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Forgiven. Really?
I'm so sorry. What have I done?
Bow! Joshua Cujo! Rated with a party of 11! Welcome! Let's try and do a shout out. The volume was all, okay, get ready. The volume is probably gonna be way too loud on this. I am sorry, all my audio levels have been screwed up today. But Joshua, how was your stream? What were you playing? Oh, A Hat in Time. Let's see. Persona 4.
Sorry, that.
Yeah, okay, the audio was peaking, but it was a short clip. Oh, we got another one. Back to, oh, you bald? You bald, bro?
Oh, what the fuck?
Happens to all of us. It happened to me before I even left the tutorial area in Tears of the Kingdom.
I didn't mean to do that.
For those who haven't already followed Joshua, because we've rated him a couple of times before, amazing voice on this guy. Absolutely amazing streamer voice. So welcome, Raiders. Hi. Oh, yeah, Toupee the Lizard Guy. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. I was just about to tell you what the channel is all about, so you may regret the decision in a moment. But thank you so much for the follow. So yes, hi. My name is Logan. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. This is the main game we're playing right now. This is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We're at the end of the second chapter. So if this is a game you have not played and you want to play it, we might be seeing some spoilery stuff soon. So I understand if you have to head out. We'd love to have people stick around. I mean, I always like making new friends. And I read every comment in chat. I'm always behind, though. I'm actually almost caught up here. So I might just like check out where the raid happened and read some stuff in a second. But also, before I forget, one of our mods might have already done this, but here's our link tree. I'll pop this into the chat. This has all of our social media, including a Discord invite, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all of that good stuff. So let me scroll up to where the raid happened, or scroll down to where the raid happened, and then I'll scroll back up to where I was a second ago. There we go, raid with a party of 11. Toupee, oh crap, no, it's not Toupee, it's Toppy? Toppy, the lizard guy. I don't know why I said Toupee before, I misread that. Says, goo gums, oogity boo. That sounds like something the boss would say on Smiling Friends. The show just barely ended, I already miss it. Crap, did you unfollow because I pronounced your name wrong? I'm so sorry. Am I saying it right now? Toppy? Toppy? Quick said, what timing for a raid? Ha! Joshua says, emergency sale raid! Oak says, raid! Quick said, welcome to a girl crying her tears out. And Toppy says, emergency sale raid. There is the shout out, double back-to-back shout outs. Toppy Lizard Guy says, oopsie! And then gotta scroll a little bit. Joshua says, hello. Toppy says, Toupee. I'm sorry. Am I saying it right now? I hope I'm saying it right. I hope I'm not butchering your name. Oak says, if you correct me, I'll get it fixed. Oak says, Logan doesn't know how to read. Don't worry. Let's see, there's a schedule. It says, it's pronounced Tape. Okay, Tape. There we go. And Oak says, 2 strikes, Logan. I got it now, Tape. Toppy the Lizard Guy says, Googum Oogum Boog Boog. Tapi or Tape. Tapi or Tape. Okay, Tape. Tape. Thank you very much for the follow. And thank you for the raid, Joshua. How have you been? It's been a little while since I feel like I have very little time to watch people's streams, but yours is fantastic. Definitely, like I said before, recommend for those who weren't here either of the times that we've rated Joshua in the past, go give the guy a follow. Really good stuff. And Joshua said, doing good. Hope you've been well too. I'm doing all right. Today's been stressful. All my audio settings got screwed up, and so everything's been either too loud or too quiet. We've been trying to adjust it as we go. But thank you for the raid. I am going to scroll up to where I left off in the chat and read a couple of comments there, so I can hopefully slowly get caught up. Because we are past the 3-hour mark and I'm still behind in the chat. But thank you for the raid. Again, Tape, thank you for the follow. And yeah, like I said, there was our link tree if anybody feels like checking it out. And Joshua, if you need to step away, you just did a big long stream. If you're tired, if you need some food, understandable. If anybody else is tired or is like, well, this guy isn't the person I was watching, I want to leave, totally understandable as well. Also, if you want to avoid spoilers for this game, I get that too. I'd love to have you guys stick around, but if you'd rather not, I get that. Okay, I'm back up to where I left off in the chat, so let's see. Magpie said, Oak and I in the Noodle Club, just different divisions, lol. Oak said, what noodle do you have? Queen said, at age 15. Okay, that was pinned earlier. Vera said, genuinely, why'd she push him? Oak says, what is this, Carmelo Gusto? Quicketa said, warning to Logan, there's a lot of chatter in general, spoiler chat, about the Layton versus Phoenix Wright game crossover because we really want that game ported to Switch someday. And I want to play it someday. Vera said, Logan got Tomo Live? I did, and I posted some stuff over on Discord about it. I gave up on getting a physical copy. It's just too sold out everywhere. But yesterday, because I told you there was some internet stuff being worked on, so I needed something to play. Quicketa said, to be fair, the victim started in that case, but it certainly was finished by somebody. Quicketa said, yeah, he sadly had to go digital for it. Vera said, oh, it's a screenshot? No, SC. Laughing. Magpie says, during the prevaricator moment, it was all I could hear while I was in the kitchen as I made ramen. I couldn't hear anything else clearly. Just prevaricator. Vera, maybe I should make that a sound alert. Vera says, oh, no shot. Oak says, he did also get Tomodachi Live. Queen said, you should see the Gallica he made. Oak said, post in general. Queen said, so cute. And Vera with Lurk said, getting food. Okay, I'm still behind in chat, but I'm getting closer. Again, Joshua, thank you for the raid. Okay, thank you for the reminder to save. I will save right now. And so last reminder for anyone who's trying to avoid spoilers, this is the end of the second case, so they're probably gonna be talking about spoiler stuff for this case. So if you need to zip out, I totally understand. And if anybody like Joshua or Tope has written more stuff, I will get to it eventually. I'm just still behind in the chat. Let's see, but I got one more comment over on the YouTube side with Dermo saying, Toshi saying prevaricator, and then Dermo saying need to get some sleep. In the third case is sort of the true start to the game, laughing. It really picks up, look forward to. Well, we're not even a lawyer yet at this point. This case didn't even have a trial, which is a very bold move for them. I get the feeling that they wanted to do a Sherlock Holmes game and couldn't. And so they probably just like turned it into an Ace Attorney game. But yeah, so this was definitely teaching us how to investigate with Sholmes. And I'm looking forward to, because we still need to meet the prosecutor and everything like that, right? Okay.
What have I done?
Oh, that's it, just fade to black, and we're done. That was all the spoilery gameplay. And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest. 9th January, 7:14 p.m. SS Buria, first class cabin passageway. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now then?
Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard.
What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? I doubt in this time of year they probably had an extradition treaty with Russia, so she's probably fine. Won't the Russians try to repatriate her?
There's that left hand again. Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out.
Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia then?
No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's an exile for life.
I see. I mean, on the plus side, this is just like second-degree murder at worst. I'm sorry. Seaman Stroganoff? I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you, about how you lost good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police. That's kind of you. Oh, my handcuffs are gone. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste. But, well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Inosuke is so nice. The girl who murdered his best friend, he still feels sympathy for her. Da!
Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan.
It's fair. I guess we were a stowaway and we got nothing to do in England when we get there. Yes. I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different.
So, you should get back to your cabin now.
We're already over the 3-hour mark. How long is this denouement gonna be? It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it's even begun then. To think that only days ago, Cosima and I were laughing together about how we tear up the streets of London. That seems like a distant memory now. Wait, is Sholmes gonna come with us? I want more Sholmes. That seemed like an important game mechanic. He's not going on to England, is he? Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? Is it Susato in the room? Or are we able to hear Pavlova through the ventilator? Oh, it's her. Oh, and with his sword. You're not gonna do anything drastic with that sword, are you, Susato? Susato-san?
Ah. Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you had returned.
Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosanaga just told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. Oh, her eyes.
I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that.
Susato-san. Oh, I was worried the credits would roll on that note.
He had such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now, they've been cruelly taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth, that it was just an accident.
It was, she shoved him!
Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much.
Yes, I know. Oh, is this Herlock? Is he in the room with us? Are we gonna pan over and he's gonna be like clenched onto the wall like a spider again? I wish there was something I could say, or is it Hosanaga? Oh, it's Hosanaga.
Inspector! My duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result.
His bruises have healed up nicely.
I've let everyone down. And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder.
Nobody blames you, Inspector. What? And I'm free again now, at least. Okay, okay, Herlock had to have put those back on, right? That's his whole thing. He sneaks in, takes them off, puts them on me. Oh, yes, surprise, Mr. Naruhodo! What is the meaning of this? I don't like watching people cry. Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them. For old time's sake, shall we say. You are a stowaway after all. Oh. He thinks this is funny? It's a little funny. Oh, and there's still more. I'm gonna read some more in the chat because we might not finish this chapter tonight. Let's see, where did I leave off? Vera saying, I thought it was broken English. Quickly says, according to Cosmo in the flashback, she danced in Japan before, so I assume that's how. Vera says, aha! Quickly said, trials and tribulations. Logan Oak says, trials and tribulations. Crystal with some raid suggestions. Thank you, Crystal. I will copy these over into my text file, because this is going to be very, very useful in a little bit. Thank you, Crystal. Oak says, DuckDuckGo doesn't affect Amazon, but when you search for images, it filters AI there, and that's good at least. Oh my gosh. I can't wait until this whole AI craze. I mean, obviously, certain elements of it are going to continue to get used, but I feel like a lot of the novelty will wear off and people will go back to normal at some point, maybe? Maybe I'm just being overly optimistic. Vera said, yep, I use DuckDuckGo as well. Oak said, and gives you actual search results instead of Google just giving you whatever it feels like that day. Magpie says, unfortunately, the return was well after the return window. To be honest, I'd have taken Young Justice season 3 or 4. They don't seem to exist in DVDs. Oh, I didn't know that. So, good to know. Vera said, genuinely, what's stopping him from pretending to help her then tug the cord after she's gone? That's true, Vera said, but yes, I love Cosmo's theme. It's so full of melancholy. Vex says, Cosmo's gaze, with spelled like gay, has always been directed toward Ryunosuke, obviously. Well, it wouldn't be an Ace Attorney game without some gay lawyers. Quickita says, shoes the Polish away, referenced earlier in the VOD Vero. Yes, go little girl, pull string. Inspector, get here. Vera says, laughing. Oak says, Logan has achieved the most wonderful thing of all, the knowledge of what Naruhodo thinks about when he sees that bed. That was such a random thing to be an achievement. It was odd. Quick decided Logan is officially done with Case 2 gameplay. Yay! Yippee! Oak says Logan the type of guy to make noises! And Vera says traumatized forever. There's the raid! So I can scroll down to where we were in the raid before. Oh, Joshua, the hydrate command! Okay, I gotta open a new thing of water because I finished the other one to hydrate. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you. Tope says, why does Tape? Oh, sorry. Tape. Why did I say Tope that time? Tape. Why does Tape sound so joyful when you say it? It's joyfully concerning. That's the vibe I go for. Joyfully concerning. Tape. Vera, I like your name. Please do understand and believe I am not making fun of you. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a jolly fella. Let's see, Vera said, sorry, we have a traumatized girl on screen. Oak said, Logan is joyful, but his eyes are frightening. Tape with an emote, Oak with an emote, Krista with some emotes, a bunch of emotes from people. Krista says, that emote doesn't have piercing blue eyes, so it's not frightening. And Tape says, Tope, I'm sorry. Vera said, peak case next time, let time pass faster. Oak said, I'm really excited for the next case. I'm almost caught up in chat. Let me take a look over to YouTube. How we doing over there? Toshi said, only trial and only investigation. It's like if Phoenix and Edgeworth had a child. Oh yeah, there we go. So yes. So the two first chapters together could make one full chapter. Okay, I'm almost caught up to the chapter. Let's play a bit more because we do need to get through to this by 17 minutes ago, because we're over time.
Mr. Sholmes. Bow. We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences? It's nice that he's finally acknowledging that someone died. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I hope you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. Is that why we're gonna become a lawyer? Because we're still not.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened.
Wait a minute! What if I commit one more crime and pretend to be Kazuma when we get to England? I mean, I can steal his identity. He's dead. It's not like he's using it. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was the stowaway. There's no reason for either of them to be here anymore, though. Like, they were going because of Kazuma. He's gone. They have no reason to be in Great Britain.
The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant.
Was to be. Yeah, I'll be a lawyer. I don't need training. This is back in olden times. They changed my last name to Lawyerson, and I'm a lawyer.
In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead.
Oh no. I don't care for me, but... poor Susato-san. Oh, this has got to be Herlock, right? My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer And the study tour can continue, surely? Huh? Is Herlock like an honorary president of some college and gonna bestow us with a law degree?
But there's no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer.
Qualifications, you say? What are those? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid.
Oh, but...
But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Oh, he's gonna train us! He's gonna spend the month teaching us how to be a lawyer. Oh, I like this. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
Huh. Yes?
Oh, maybe he's not training us. I assume he's training us, right? Miss Susato?
Yes?
Do you think perhaps, I might be able to do it?
Ah! But you suck!
But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law? No, I'm not, but I should have lied.
I'm sorry. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work.
But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Mr. Naruhodo, law school takes longer than a month!
That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? For Kazuma. He said there was something he had to do in Great Britain. And that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen.
Huh?
He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Susato? Oh, look at that smile! Is this the first time we've seen her smile like that?
I think it's a wonderful idea. Just an idea, though. You won't succeed, but it's a nice thought!
Thank you. Is this her theme playing now? So, what does our bespeckled inspector friend say?
Are you serious?
About us being friends? Yes. One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable.
No, it's madness!
Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree?
Fascinating?
Duty, duty, and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest! Give us fascination!
Speak for yourself.
Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now, despite contending with the passage of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, sorry about that again, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. I hope we get to look down and like my handcuffs are gone again after he said all this.
Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice.
Inspector!
After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
Oh, thank you, Inspector. Yay.
If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. The violence he inflicted upon me earlier, Turns out I really like that. I need to discuss what to do next and how to best make my report. Mao.
Oh, Logan. Question. What do you think were you majored in before this whole thing? I need to know what you think.
Well, since he's Phoenix's ancestor, I think it ought to be art, right? Some art thing like painting or... I don't know, in like this period in Japan, did they have art school? Is this something that we'll find out later, or is this just like not established and we get headcanon for it? I don't think it's gonna be something smart like accounting or whatever. He majored in some type of agriculture, maybe? I'm not sure. Art of some kind. He's an art student. Studied art. I'm gonna read some more comments in the chat. Let's see. Viewer says, peak case next time. Let that time pass faster. Oak said, I read that. So I gotta scroll a little bit in the chat. Viewer said, Oak, you're gonna love a specific character. That's not who you're thinking. Let's see. Tape says, cutely dies. I'm sorry. You just followed me. Don't die, but at least do it cutely if you gotta die. Thank you for the highlighted message. Oak said, Logan, are you a smart fella or a fart smeller? Oh, no, I have smelled farts before. I don't like that kind of thing, but it's like, if somebody farts, I will I can smell that. I have a functioning nose. Vera said, he's a fart fella. No! Oak said, maybe he's a smart smeller. I'll be that. I'll be a smart smeller. Quickita says, I love you, Hosanaga. Says, keep living on so we may get Fulbright. Crystal says, hugs and kisses, Hosanaga. Aw. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's keep going. We gotta reset. We're already like going over time. I should not have tried to do this whole thing in one stream. I think part of the problem is that when Queen Katie has your guide, it'll be like one paragraph. And the paragraph could just like be a sentence that's like, they discuss things. And it's like, well, that goes on for 2 hours. It's Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? I would be delighted to help you.
I got nothing else to do. It's either that or I'm unemployed. Kazuma ED dead.
I am a judicial assistant, after all. Thank you. And, Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this.
Oh, so we're gonna have a katana now? Cosmo, am I gonna... Oh, is that his headband wrapped on the sword? I don't know if I'm gonna wear it, but at least we keep it. Did she take it off of his corpse? Or was that a spare one that he had just kind of lying around somewhere? Like a spare headband?
I'd like you to take charge of this.
Me? Are you sure?
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Asogi clan for generations.
Doesn't Karuma mean car? I think so. Does anyone want to Google that? I think Karuma is the name for car, right? It's got to have some other meaning besides that. Maybe it's written with like different kanji or something. Very well, I accept. I'll treasure it always. So then, Miss Susato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet.
Bow. It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. Ha! Oh, she's so excited. Look at that. We shall fill every spare moment with study. Yes, that's exactly what I need.
I thought Karuna was an Easter egg for Von Karma and not sure about the name fact.
Oh! Wouldn't that be quite a twist if it turns out that like, Ryunosuke's lineage splits off, like he has 2 kids, and one of them goes off and is Phoenix Wright's ancestor, and the other, like, moves to Germany and eventually marries into a Von Karma family, and it turns out that like, Phoenix and Manfred Von Karma were distant relatives with a common ancestor. All because of the sword. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. Thank you, I appreciate that. We gotta be close to the end, right? We gotta be close to the end. From now on, I just need to not try to be this gung-ho about ending a case. I should just go with the flow and just take it easy.
But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you, too.
Goodness. What is it?
Please, throw me to the ground 3 times. It's not because I knocked you down 3 times. It's just I'm really into it. I mean, I used to ask this favor of Kazuma, and I like being tossed around like a little rag doll.
What?
I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior.
One thing that is kind of nice is I do feel like in anime inspired stuff, female characters committing horrible acts of violence against male characters is almost always played for comedy. Like a girl like uppercut a guy and fly off in the sky and like twinkle and disappear. And maybe it's just because, man, they can take it, whatever, I don't know. But it is nice to see like her saying it was not appropriate of her. No, you were in shock. You had just found out about me stowing away, and the cabin door was locked from the inside.
No! I won't let you make excuses for me! Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you! And not just once, but 5 times!
Wait, then why do I only throw you 3? Are 2 of them allowed? Ha! That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Huh. Please, you must! Just take a hold of me and throw me! Do it! Don't even think about it! I can take it. I'm hardy. I'm durable. Toss me around!
No, I don't even know how! I've never thrown anyone in my life! Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training. Here, I'll do it. Pick up. Throw! Here, I'm gonna... Here, go there. Set up a waste bin. Kobe! Ooh, ha ha! Here's one more. Whew. Oh, out the porthole. She is dead.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you're still here.
I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed. When did he see that? I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling?
Oh, well, in a way, it's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of ancient jujutsu technique. If it was a battle, it'd be a Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Apparently, it's called the Susato Takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling. I am a practitioner of the combative arts myself. Oh, I'm somewhat accomplished. I'm gonna punch a girl. Watch me do it. I'll do it right here. There's a go. Oh, punch a girl. Ha ha. Oh, yes, I'm a horrible person. Ready, go. Pa pa pa. Violence against women. Oh, ho, ho. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw.
Yes, I'd be honored.
Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam, on him. Throw him.
Oh, of course.
Oh crap, she is gonna do it to me.
Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry.
Hiya! Woo! As you can see, you throw from the abdomen.
Oh
yes, arresting indeed. And that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it? Actually, no, that was a Susato squash! They're friends. I like Herlock Sholmes. In my groggy state of consciousness. A scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. He had a sword. Karuma. That's right. That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on your study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. Sword's gonna be important later. It's gonna have like a hidden compartment, some piece of evidence in the handle, maybe. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two? Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject. There's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain, and I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course, I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Eh? That important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. But I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. Is that it there? And, oh my gosh, 36 and a half minutes overtime. Achievement unlocked! Crash course candidate for completion of episode 2. Save my poggers, yes, save my poggers! Save my poggers, save my poggers. Ha, who? What is this? The Adventure of the Runaway Room. Oh, it's gonna be a Stagecoach episode. Let me fully catch up in chat now. Let's see. Can we get a said, keep, oh, we already read that. Veer says they don't say it out loud, so I wanted to know what he thinks. Yeah, we'll say art. I want that parallel between him and Phoenix. Vex says, Hosanaga, my beloved, Quick said I'm so hyped for next stream. K3 Peak. Thank you for the very shoe polish stream, by the way. Oh, sorry, shoe polish. Veer said the only hint was in the first case, Cosma says her English doesn't rattle you. You've clearly been paying attention in your English classes. Oh, so I guess he studied English? Foreign languages? Mm-hmm. Thank you for the very you can now play as Luigi stream. That was fun. Oh, I love Luigi. Vex says, thank you for the very prevaricator stream. Queen said, I would have put up a spoiler clip here, but I'm too tired to do it now. So next time, right at the start, lol. Thank you. Neon said that's Kuruma. Okay, so it's Kuruma. Thank you, Neon. You're absolutely right. Yes. Kuruma. Kuruma says car is Kuruma. Thank you, Neon. Vera said, laughing up. I hate peeps, says Susato colon. Please marry Kazuma-sama when I spirit channel him. Ryunosuke, marry? Wait, spirit channeling? Dude, she's not going to be an ancestor of Maya Fey. We need to have one game without ghosts. Like, that is so played out. Can we please have a game without ghosts? Vera said, welcome in. I Hate Peeps says, hello. Good to see you again, my I Hate Peeps. Magpie says, that sounds like a heck of a fanfic. Oak says, I effing love Herlock. Quickita said, you want to know something neat, Logan? The move Susato showed him happens to be a move apparently that Sherlock uses on Moriarty in the final problem, the waterfall scene. Oh, at the, what's it called? Is it the Reichenbach Falls? That really, I never made it to the Moriarty Sherlock Holmes story when I went through my binge of trying to read stuff, but I know what happens in it. Oak said I missed like most streams that have him in it, but this one scene has convinced me. Queen said, and that's how Herlock learned to take down Moriarty in the future. Well, get taken down by a little from column A, little from column B. I Hate Peep says we already know what he wanted to do, revolutionize London's legal system. Vera says, yay! Oak said, thank you for the very push stream, it made me smile. Oak said, English literature, apparently. That's kind of an art form.
So nice. I Hate Peep says, if we have no ghosts, then Cosma isn't watching over us. Well, the problem is, even like with the cosmology established in the Ace Attorney universe, unfortunately, because of Spirit of Justice, we know that he in their universe is not watching over us. Because in their universe, when someone dies, that ghost is basically no consciousness until channeled. And so he can't be watching over us. So it's really sad. And Vera says, sad face, 3 hours, 39 minutes, and 51 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night on Twitch. And that's going almost 40 minutes overtime. And on a night where, because of my audio problems, started the stream 25 minutes late. So yeah, my apologies for being so late this evening. And my sincere thanks to all of you for going so overtime with us. So thank you all for that. For anyone who's lurking or new, I do want to give you the rundown the channel real quick. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Vero, you already posted the link tree. I was just about to do that. So thank you. I'll copy that over to YouTube. So that means tomorrow is the stream, but we're alternating right now with Batman Telltale series. So tomorrow's going to be Batman, and the next stream with this is going to be on Sunday. So you can just check that out on Sunday. And yeah, I think that's everything, right? I should go ahead and probably start trying to populate a raid over on Twitch. Just get right to this because we are overtime tonight. So here's one of the raid suggestions with the fewest number of viewers that Crystal had given earlier. So thank you very much. Let's see. Oak says, good night, everyone. Love y'all. Vera says, good night. And then a ditto. And Oak says, Jinx, you owe me a Dr. Pepper. Wait. I do, or does Vero? I don't know. I still can't find the caffeine-free Dr. Peppers I used to enjoy. It makes me sad. And over on YouTube, let's see. Toshi says, Rio has one hidden line in the first case where he says he is studying English. So like a hidden line, like if I click something. So maybe I saw that because I try to be thorough with clicking everything. Maybe I saw it and just forgot. But good to know. Thank you, Toshi. Oak says, my greed knows no bounds. I have like 12 in the fridge right now and still want more. Have you ever made a Dr. Pepper float? Even though I'm not a fan of vanilla ice cream, it works as an ingredient in soda float. So get a Dr. Pepper, scoop some vanilla ice cream, and really like just push it up and down a bunch. Really kind of froth it up a bit. It's so good. Anyway, thank you all for being here and for hanging out, for having the patience when we started so late. Sorry again to Queen Katie that we started too late for you to do a raid, but I really appreciate you still. And thank you for staying overtime. I love and appreciate all of you. You guys are amazing. Hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow for some Batman Telltale, and then Sunday for a continuation of this, going into the adventure of the Runaway Room. You guys are awesome. I love and appreciate you all. Everyone on Twitch, enjoy the raid. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye, bye. 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 And to everyone over on YouTube, you guys are awesome as well. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you as well. I've said it before. I love seeing that our YouTube community is growing and expanding, just like our Twitch community has been. You guys are great. I love and appreciate all of you. Have a good rest of your night as well. And to everyone on YouTube and to those watching the VOD in the future, good night as well.